be getting back into our Transhumanist tribe colony, which we're doing the Arco Nexus run in. We are on the second phase, so we had the first colony we built, we've done a reset, and we're on that second one. We're still pretty early on. We got going on, and before I forget, for everyone popping in here, we got Eonet grabbing the first. We got the very last Lardine, Claria Star, Donkey Duff, Dick Butte, Codename Insanity, and Codename Insanity also having a 3-stream streak at 350 points. Congratulations. It's Reese the Mage at a 20-in-a-row streak. Congratulations on your 450 points. But yeah, so as you can see, we've got our colony going on. You can see where our reset happened, that we crossed the 350. We did our reset, so that's the reason our colony wealth plummeted. We're already up to 160 wealth. So we're saying, oh yeah, we're a little over 100,000 wealth. We're already basically about halfway to our next reset. We've got our kill box made. It's doing pretty okay. We've got a bunch of Thrumbos in here. We've got 5 of them right now. I've got a bunch of pigs. Those are just being used for kibble purposes. Don't worry about it. The farm's going well. We still haven't got all our bedrooms set up. We keep having kids, even though I'm trying not to. It's just what's happening. And, like, we're still basically setting up the early phase of the base, and it just... Alright, oh, and we already grabbed ourselves another, unstable power core. Those are gonna go back there. But, the big problem we're running into right now is Illicit NZ is our only constructor and is overworked and underpaid. And is just really unhappy about it. Not actually unhappy, but basically is trying their very best to carry the colony to tomorrow. But, you know, there's only one constructor, so it's a tough life. People dropping bases while Rual drops colony wealth. Yep. Well, that's, every time you do your reset, you just see that drop. Because those who don't know the Arco Nexus... Oh, and we've already researched this thing, which is part of the Arco Nexus thing. But, for those who don't know the Arco Nexus run, it is like... You keep new game plussing kind of thing, where you get your colony, you get up to a certain wealth, you reset it, but you keep some of your stuff going across. 5 colonists... I think it's 5 colonists, 5 animals, 7 items, and 1 relic. If I remember correctly, is what you get to bring across. And otherwise you go to a new tile and you start from scratch. Other than, again, those things I just mentioned. Which in practice, it means you bring 5 colonists, you bring their weapons, and you bring 5 animals into relic. But then you repeat that process a couple of times, and then there's like a final event, which I won't spoil for those who haven't done it. So right now we have our big field here that we've got going. This is just a feeding area. We are on a tile that has year-round growing season, and we chose to do that because we brought 2 Thrumbos with us as 2 of our animals. We also had some Muffalo, but we ate them because, I mean, Thrumbos. And so we are just breeding Thrumbos as our living weapons. We're trying a different design for Killbox than I normally use. It's been working mostly well. I kind of wonder if I should have made it longer, but I'm not sure one way or the other. Okay, you're with the Empire. You're not someone I want to join the Colonist, but I will save your life. So no join, no stay, but I will save you. Yeah, so you can see when we hit 350,000, we can do a reset. Normally it tells you need to befriend someone as well. I don't see anyone telling me to befriend, so either I've already allied with them and it's happy about it, or like maybe the conditions changed over the years. I don't know. Oh yeah, thank you for bringing that bring the queue up. I totally forgot about it. Alright, so our hope is we need to get our temple finished. We need to get a storage room finished. We need to get bedrooms finished. We need a billion things done. These 2 are not actually connected right now, and that's not connected because I want them to prioritize these last bedrooms and the temple because they're taking mood penalties that I need to get sorted. You know, machine spirit or machine shrine disrespected. But I'm doing pretty good, Cerise the Mage. Yep, no, I'll be doing RimWorld for the first half of stream. Second half of stream, we'll be doing more Farming Sim. I was really happy with yesterday, both like with what we were doing in Farming Sim as well as how the stream went. So I'm definitely feeling like I want some more Farm Sim. Alright, so we got... We can handle that. Oh, you need to come along as well. You are keeper of the Thrumbo. We will want to get EMP soon. The only downside is that fire is a problem. I need to wait till that fire just gets out of the way enough that we can get in there.
Thank you Ceresi_the_mage for gifting a sub to codename_insanity.
Thank you, Ceresi the Mage, for giving a tier 1 sub to Codename Insanity. Codename Insanity, you now have yourself some nice advertisement, free viewing, as well as access to emotes, whether you want them or not. So thank you again, Ceresi the Mage, for gifting that sub. It does mean a whole heck of a lot. We're going to tell them to send in the hounds, and by that I mean the Thrumbo. Goob here is going to run the other side and engage this one. The rest of you, get behind cover as best you can. I'm actually very happy we have rain right now, because my plan is just overwhelm them with Thrumbo. Alright. Bonk. Please actually shoot back. Prioritize this one, please. Stop running. There you go. Oh, I chose the wrong thing. That's why they were Norn attacking. I actually told them to hunt the animals, not to defend themselves. Okay, that makes sense. Wah, I'm being forced to sub. Yeah, and we'll do it again. Alright. Feeling a bit sick? I hope you feel better. I know you've been dealing with a lot lately. Where did you go? Oh, just go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, so the deployer ship didn't even get a chance. Thrombosis has a Banyari. A giant animal with an axe face between you. Great bullets. Yeah, no, it's the Thrumbo are fun. Like they're very expensive, so it's very dangerous to keep a high Thrumbo count in your colony. But they're very effective at what they do. Considering, did they even get hurt? One Thrumbo got a bruise. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you got a bruise, Thrumbo. So to clarify, we got a bruise, and then we had like one person take a single shot. I'm honestly surprised that ship that didn't have more in it. We've had way worse raids. I think the Legionnaire offset it, because I want to say the Legionnaire is considered a relatively high threat because of that shield. So the fact it's such a small group. Is that Crybaby 2? No. I let them name it themselves, and they went with Scrooge for the first one, and they haven't named any of the other ones yet. Will you do a Boomrat colony? Not this one. We could do a Boomrat colony again. We messed with that very, very briefly. I can't remember. I think we had messed with that, and then I'd asked if people wanted it. We had the option for more Boomrat, and people voted for Arconexus Transhumanist. Or rather, I think it was they voted for Transhumanist colony run. And then we took it the route of Arconexus. Shoot Frenzy, cool. And I am trying to beeline for fabrication as fast as possible so that we can do the Arconexus thing without a huge pain. Because I'm going to have to find or buy components, which I do have a bunch I'm just leaving down there. They're queued to mine, but the person doesn't have the availability to actually get it done. That's all fine. Alright. Okay, good. I didn't want that person to join. They're with the Empire, so I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of reputation for patching them up and sending them on their way. Because if I remember correctly, our reputation isn't amazing. Yeah, with the Empire, we're barely positive. I got an ally. They were an ally. But that was one we got changed during the reset, and then we have 2 hostile factions that we can befriend. Then there's 3 hostile factions we can't. Alright. New baby on the way. Does Arco Nexus reset faction reputation? I don't think so. I think it might reset with just the one you had done the reset with. I don't believe it did. I honestly don't remember. It might. Because they still had to put effort into, you know, bouncing up the reputation with the one faction. Honestly, the reputation's the easy part. You could basically buy your reputation at any time. Healthy child. Cool. Okay, so you're feeding the kid. That's fine. Alright, so we've got the new baby. Got a go frenzy there. So we got ourselves a new colonist, so we'll do our drawing. Alright, and we had this last time. We went with Insanity, I think is what we ultimately went with. So congratulations, codename Insanity. Welcome to the colony. You're a brand new little baby in a harsh world. And unfortunately, we had something happen with Oh right, we didn't have, because the kid's interest was on radio and having lessons done at a desk. We don't have the desk because I need these rooms finished. And we only recently got the radio. Right. Oh, and we're gonna go to you, feeding. Never. Urgent, 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 urgent. Because I need Alyssa to actually be working on building, versus I have lots of availability on my other colonists to fill in the gap. So it's the mage thing. Every time I tried Arco Nexus and survived long enough to reset, I've gotten wiped on either the first or second reset. I've never successfully completed the Arco Nexus. Yeah, it's pretty hard when you do the reset at the beginning, because you get your bonus to making your people happy because of new colony, but it doesn't last very long. So you have to like kind of really rush getting the things to improve their moods, or they just self-destruct that any threat can kind of take them out. And Darkstrider having the 10 stream streak. Congratulations on your 450 points. And thank you for continuing to tune in. Also cry about random stuff for no reason. Yep. Cool, we got a raccoon. This is honestly one of the times I actually wish I had the defensive positions mod loaded. That I could hit a button and they would all run to their assigned positions. Zidian, now's not a good time for that, friend. You may proceed. Okay. Does research get reset? Yes. Research gets reset. All your colony stuff gets reset. All of that gets reset. It's basically you get your 5 colonists, your 5 animals, your 7 items, and your relic is the only thing you keep. Everything else is like you started a brand new run fresh from scratch. Like, it'll even give you what you would have received for that starting of your run. So if you choose, like, tribal, they'll have, like, the Iqua, the 2 bows, the Pila, and the knife and the mace and some pemmican will also drop with you. But it's just you get that handful of extra stuff. Okay. All right. No, the story reason why is you are selling all the research and everything to the other colonists. You're like the colony you're selling. You're selling all of your stuff, jumping on a ship and going. You're not bringing like an entire, because in real life you'd have to have like an entire area of all the information you've researched, and you'd be leaving all of that behind. It's not like you have like some compact data thing you could bring the data with you or whatever. But also, for game reasons, if they didn't reset the research, it would kind of trivialize the run, because you'd research everything the first part, and then you'd never research another thing for the entire rest of the game. The whole point is it's supposed to be effectively a new game plus mechanic. Your construction toy guy forgets how to make a bed? No, I get that. They left their blueprints behind. So they're really good at building stuff, but you know they don't have any of their blueprints. But you could also have the counter argument if they left all the blueprints behind, and then you have your researcher sitting at 18 who can figure out how to build those beds again really fast and drop new blueprints kind of thing. Yeah, it's video games, though. It shouldn't need to be realistic. Because very, very much if they didn't reset your research, it would make the run not interesting, in my opinion. They don't have cell phones? Nope. That's their phone. It's big and complicated. There's no cell towers. Oh, I shouldn't have her. There we go. I need you to actually be getting this other stuff done. But I will always side, I don't care about realism in games, like, literally at all. Like, a game can do something that's like, that's utter nonsense. Like, yep, I'm okay with it. I only care about the gameplay, game loop, that kind of thing. People who've been here when I play Project Zomboid are very familiar with that. Because there'll always be a person like, it would be more realistic if the zombies, and then say something, and be like, or, if you want it to be truly realistic, you just select all, delete the zombies, because zombies aren't realistic. There's not a form of zombies that is plausible. Why couldn't I use that? Oh, I don't have a powered orbital trade beacon. That's right. Or like I've gone on the record to say I enjoy survival games. I do not enjoy realistic survival games. The ones that try and go hyper realistic I find completely obnoxious and not fun. Like food, water, shelter, we're fine. When you start going, all right, well you need to balance like your nutrition, you need to worry about like, you know, if you sleep on the dirt, you have all these kinds of things. You need to, like, make sure your character's getting enough exercise. You need to make sure, you know, your character is constantly washing themselves. Like, look, man, I don't want to deal with all this. I'm here to play a game and have fun. Like, I get asked pretty regularly when I'm gonna play Green Hell, or play Green Hell again, for those who know I played it. I did not enjoy Green Hell. To me, I found it a completely frustrating and obnoxious game. Because, like, we're super realistic. You laid on the ground once. You have worms. Go take a bone and poke them out of you. You touched a leaf. You're covered in leeches. Like, come on, man. Which is cool for people who do enjoy those games, by the way. But they're just really not my jam. I also don't like how many survival games go into, like... It almost feels like they go out of their way to be edgy, where it's like, there's cannibalism as a mechanic in almost all of them. And all that kind of stuff. And I've talked about, like, yeah, RimWorld features cannibalism and all that. But you're not, encouraged or pressured into doing it outside of extreme challenges. And that actually, it is one of those things that when people bring up cannibalism, like, it's fine when people bring it up, like, once in a while, but when people, like keep being like, up, food went, cannibalism, up, there was a cold snap, cannibalism, like, there's a point it crosses the line of being from fun to just being obnoxious, and it makes me not want to play. Cool, so we got this room done. Versus, like, so many of those survival games, it feels so forced to have cannibalism as a mechanic. Yay, so we got fabrication, which means bionic replacements is next. We want to go to production. There's the fabrication bench. They're gonna make corpses into biofuel. I mean, at least it's not as annoying. It'd be fun seeing have a mood break doom scrolling. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we're getting this bedroom online finally. Oh, we don't have enough wood? We can fix that problem pretty easily. Okay. Hey, Michigander, how's it going? But yeah, no, as well as, it's one of those things, like, when RimWorld had cannibalism as mechanic, it wasn't, like, the first game that did it, but, it was, like, a whole big thing. And, like, it got, the whole war crime simulator meme and all that. But then it's, like, after RimWorld got popularity, it felt like absolutely every other game was adding cannibalism. Like, please stop. It's like, as an industry, you're starting to sound like an angsty teen. Please stop. Alright. Yeah, mood break, refuses to work, sits on a chair, and scrolls through Roomstagram being angry. Yep. And people around them also get annoyed because they have a higher frequency of stuff. Did you hear about Once Human? It's an actual survival type MMO. It blew up and the devs had to close the open beta, and now it's invite only. I know someone had mentioned it. I hadn't looked into it or heard anything specific though, no, because just, I hadn't kept up. Alright, so we can now make fabrication stuff here. Before we actually make any bionic parts, we're going to want to research the next level of fabrication. Greco Door saying, I remember when RimWorld came out, all the playthroughs were cannibalism runs. Yeah, at the beginning, which, like, I did that stuff too. I mean, everyone did, because it was a novelty, because that was just something that games wouldn't let you do at the time. But it was definitely one of those things that, once you got past that novelty phase, by and large, people were like, okay, well, I don't really care about doing that anymore. But it was those things that, like, there was an expectation. It's like, oh, they're playing RimWorld. Clearly they need to insert unethical thing. The whole war crime simulator meme. Like, that part of RimWorld got tiresome to me. That's like, I don't naturally want to be like, you know what I want to simulate? Being as awful as I can. Like, to me, it's more interesting to try and survive in RimWorld, doing the best you can, like, trying to, patching up people who go down, sending them around their mate. Even, like, enemies, a lot of times, just see me patch them up and send them on their way. I haven't been doing it this one because we have all the enemies you can't befriend or anything that... It's like, well, the game literally gives me no benefit for doing anything favorable for them. Which I feel like there actually should be. Like, even if it's like an impet or whatever, someone who can never be your friend, which I actually disagree that I personally don't think it's realistic at all for there to be factions who can never befriend you. Now, I get gameplay reasons why, so you don't befriend everyone and get nothing but mechs endlessly. So, like, I'm actually okay that it exists in the game. But, like, on principle, it annoys me that you're like, who are them? The bad guys. What do they do? The bad thing. That you can never, like, be on good terms with them. Jobel saying, ideology made it fun again, because you could make cannibalism as a whole thing. Yeah, no, it refreshed that and kind of put more interest in that. I honestly never went back to it, in all honesty. I had done the runs that required cannibalism. Like, back in the day, if you wanted to do the, like, 300% ice sheet, not, like, naked brutality ice sheet, you were going to be doing cannibalism. Like, food was so desperate in that challenge that if it was edible, you ate it. Because that was what you needed to survive. But that was a challenge run, and, you accept in challenge runs, you gotta do weird stuff. My whole comment was more, it would get annoying because, like, everything everyone would discuss is always cannibalism or hacking off people's legs so they couldn't fight back, or, like, basically trying to go over the top cartoonishly super villain about everything, and you're just like, okay. Yeah, cannibalism trivializes the need for food. It can. I would agree the cannibalism runs are playing the game on an easier difficulty. In general, as a very broad generalization. You can certainly do different settings to make it hard, but yeah. Unless you're doing cannibalism on a colony that isn't okay with it, then that becomes a whole mess. But that's also the reasons why, again, it's fine when people bring it up once in a while, because it can be a fun joke. But sometimes it just gets way over the top where everyone just like keep bringing it up again and again and again and again and again, that it stops being fun after a while. Because you're like, food's low. Have you considered murdering your prisoners and eating them? And like, no, it'll cause mood breaks. It's more of a cost than a benefit. Like, strategically, that's a bad idea. People just want you to be as awful as you can be. And this is a very broad thing. There's a lot of people who actually very specifically tune into my stream playing this because I don't do those things. Which weirdly makes it novel a lot of times. It weirdly makes it novel to not lean into being like a war criminal constantly in your runs. There's no such thing as cannibalism run? Yep, I will not be doing cannibalism at all. The colony will burn down before a cannibalism. You're not going to see me convert, like, take prisoners and then start cutting a bunch of organs out of them and selling them. You're not going to see any of that kind of stuff. Not committing crimes is a good thing. Yep. It's just not my preference. I mentioned, like, I did that kind of stuff when it was, like, new and novel for RimWorld. Like, when it first came out. But, like, after it lost its, kind of its novelty and all that, it was like, I don't really care about this. You kind of wish there's an ideology balance, though, because you can create some Giga Uber effect. Oh, yeah, no, that's the thing. The way I balance my ideology stuff is, when it comes to my ideology, is I just kind of sit there and go, okay, what meme am I starting with? Transhumanist? Okay, take it as it is, no changes. And then every time I do reform, I can change just one thing. And even then, you can get really overpowered ideology, but you gotta, like, slowly work it up to being that overpowered ideology. So what you're here? No, that's what I'm saying. The colony will literally burn the ground, and there won't be cannibalism. Like, that's just not in this colony's future. Yeah, no, it's only under extreme things or when I'm doing very particular challenges that require you to push the limits on things that I'll start doing those kind of things. But this actually is, I usually do really ridiculous challenge. This run honestly isn't that much of a challenge run. It's Transhumanist Arco Nexus. Whereas normally I have like 100% pollution or something else going on. Let's see. So plasteel would be nice. Let's see. You want me to deal with... So you want to bring a thing. There'll be a military staging area guarded by 2 pigs that will launch raids every 25 days. And it'll have 3 turrets, 2 pigs, and 1 mortar. We can probably handle that just fine. Some options for ideology are really too strong. Research speed, for example. You run out of stuff to research so fast. Yeah, I would be... So, like, if that was locked to transhumanist only, I'd be fine with it. Actually, I don't remember what the restrictions are. We have that now because we've been doing... I thought very fast research was transhumanist only. I don't remember. This run is honestly not been on any particularly challenging tiles either. I mean, we were on Rual, which is not super challenging. It's one of the easier ones. But keeping Thrumbos and everything. But yeah, no, we haven't been doing like Ice Sheet or anything like that in that one. Alright. So I think I'm going to go for this as much as I want those components. I would like to get the Goodwill. You know, plasteel and the Cataphract helmet's definitely a bonus. And that should be entirely doable. 3 turrets, 1 mortar, 2 pigs. We could send away team. The only thing that's got me worried about it is I really don't have a lot of people to send at stuff right now. But we're going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to say accept. We're going to hop down here. And that's not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong one. It's fine. I still need to reload the colony anyways. It'll be right nearby. But we're going to caravan. I'm trying to go quests. Oh, you haven't labeled it yet. We gotta wait till it appears. There we go. So it's right there. So form the caravan, go up here, go back, add, accept. Everyone is going to be going except for Zidian and Evie Meister, because we're going to leave the child behind, and Zidian controls the Thrumbo, so that should be fine. If I bring a Thrumbo, well, it's only 0.4 days. Well, we'll bring a Thrumbo with us to be a pack animal. Good, they did not automatically try and take the baby food like they tend to want to do for who knows what reasons. Why did... Oh, it gave us the reward even before we finished the objective. They're like, okay, you've already incurred the threat. I was expecting to not get the reward until, I wasn't expecting to get the reward until we finished it. That's fine. We're gonna run out there and take care of it. You must salute you for keeping the Thrumbos, though. That is one thing I have not been able to do, is tame a Thrumbo. Yeah, you need to have 10 animals to tame them, and even then it's like a 2% chance or 1.8% chance. And then like when you max out taming, I think it gets to like 2.8 or 3% chance. Of course. That's fine. We can actually handle that just okay. Cats say hi. Well, hello, cats. All right. Grabbing babies without their consent is unacceptable. Yes? What? Where are you going? What do you know that I don't know? Where are you going to a wooden table to attack it when all the doors are closed? How are you going to get to the fueled smithy? I don't understand where you're going right now. How do you manage to tame it? I selected tame. Like, it's a 2.4% chance, whatever it is. You just need to roll the dice a bunch. Oh, good. They are walking around. I was like, please don't go and smash holes in my wall. I don't have very many people here at the moment. And the Thrumbos just swarm. You forgot, what do they eat? They'll eat kibble, they'll eat a lot of vegetables. They eat a pretty wide range thing if we go down here. So vegetables, seeds, live plants, live trees, meals, processed foods, liquor, and kibble. So like food-wise, it's pretty alright. They're not particularly hard to keep fed. So far as types of food, they do eat a pretty decent volume, though. Alright. And you're almost there. Yeah, no, Thrumbos can end up drunk. It happens. Let's get dogs mining the junkyard the size of Volkswagen buses. Excellent touch of turn. Alright, with that, go home. We're good. Raid defeated. So you're pretty nicked up, and you're just all bruised up. We only got one that got decently hurt, which is poor Scrooge here, who's had a pretty rough go of it. Scrooge has been along since the beginning of this reset. They came from the previous colony. Where are we going that left the colony? So the ones are going because we accepted a quest where we had a place where raids would spawn from up here. So we're sending the people there. Okay, so they've got a turret there and a turret there. So both those turrets are along this left side. So I can just flank around to deal with that. They do have a mortar. Do they actually not have a turret over here? So they do have a turret over there. And they've got their mortar. It said there's only going to be 2 pigs at it, so it's lied to me. There's 4 here. So what's your range? So your range goes out there. You're obstructed here, and your range goes out there. So somewhere around here is safe. You have a knife, you have a knife. So first thing I want to do is I want to take the take that mortar offline. We're just gonna run up here. We're gonna deal with them. Okay, so you got one little cut in you. So tend to them. Meanwhile, we want to start knocking power offline for these turrets. I don't actually care about the batteries, but it would be nice to snag the turrets. So grab the other 2 who aren't dealing with, bandaging people up. You're gonna run up here. What's your range? Yep. And we take out that battery, the turret goes offline, because now there's no connection to power. We can take that turret's power out over there. Can you grab the mortar? Yep. I probably will, actually. So what's the end of your range? Here? I see the batteries. Where's the turret that's over here? There isn't one. Those literally just have lights. There's a lot of batteries here. So I'll put this turret offline. I don't know if I can outrange that one. Why did you go offline as well? Just smash that battery real fast. I don't trust the turret staying offline. And I really don't care about the batteries at all. Okay, so now we know those are all going to stay offline. We can claim the door, walk in here. Alright, well, let's take those apart real fast. Because we can get components with that real fast if we're quick. Yeah, now is this thing that's... Well, I mean, actually, there is a power connection there, but I think it was attached to the other one. So... Trying to be really fast about this. And then we want to get out of tile, because I want the components. The steel I don't care about as much, but the components would be good. Good enough. Alright, let's get out of here before we get attacked in another colony without having much resources there to help. Alright, travel supplies, take all the food. We're taking everything there. Okay, components, 16. Highly explosive shells, yes please. Before we grab the steel, let's see if there's anything down here we want. The mini turrets, yes. I cannot carry the mortar. The mortar takes it too high. I'd have to leave... Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot make the mortar happen. I'd have to give up components and the other stuff. So unfortunately, because the mortar is 30 kilograms. And I have not that many left. I could leave behind some of the food. The only way, like, most of these are not heavy. It has to be the mortar or 4 steel mini turrets. Drop pod or thrombos? I don't have drop pods. We're nowhere near that level of tech. I'm not gonna worry about it. The mortar's not that important to me. We'll grab what we can. Actually, I don't even grab those. I'll just grab the steel. Yeah, no, we don't have drop pods or anything like that. And nor am I gonna sit there and wait for it. It's not that big a deal. By the time I get drop pods, I could just build a mortar. Sensei, there's something you realize pretty late playing RimWorld, is that when you have solar panels during a thunderstorm, the solar panel's gauge shoots up whenever lightning strikes. Sadly, it doesn't have any effective power generation. Yep. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I'm not super worried about mortars and all that. Like, mortars are nice to have, but, you know, you need a source of chem fuel, you need a source of, steel and all that to put them in any good use. And we're still trying to, like, we still don't even have our bedrooms built. Maybe next time I have pack animal. Well, I did actually send a pack animal. Thrumbos are a pack animal. Oh, no, I take that back. No, they're not. I'm lying. I think they used to be a pack animal. I haven't had a colony I went heavy into Thrumbos since, like, before biotech. I don't remember when it was, though. But Thrumbos used to be, like, one of the almost everything animals. They wouldn't give you, like, milk or whatever. But just about everything else they were a good source for. They're just kind of impractical because they eat so much. But, for an animal that fights so well, if you can spare the food, they're well worth it. Okay, so we did get a bunch of those turrets. We also need to get that tunnel so I can put that unstable power core online back in the area. Hey, Lottie Bear, how's it going? Where did they leave the turrets, by the way? I also can't wait till we can get ourselves a bigger storage room. You'd agree that Thrumbos are so dangerous in combat that if you can take the ad food demand, they're worth it? Yeah, like, they do have a cost to them. Like, that's honestly the bigger consequence than the Thrumbo itself, is that an adult Thrumbo is about 4,000 bucks. Like, this will be a little bit under because it's got an eye injury, but at full health, it's 4,000 bucks. So you can balloon your colony wealth pretty easily with certain animals, and Thrumbos are one of them. That said, at least you get the benefit of a fairly powerful combat animal to go with it. It's like, why not? I'm not gonna put them all over here because that might deter the things from going through the kill box or whatever. But putting a whole bunch of these at the base opening, if anything does get through to this middle area, it'll be a bad time for them. Besides, where else am I gonna put them? More than likely, I'd probably end up selling them in the long run. How is our power as we're sitting there doing that? 800? That's fine. Where are you mining? Oh, you're mining that steel I marked earlier. Don't leave that out there, please. No storage space. Yep. We'll get there. Inspired surgery. I don't have bionics yet, so... Well, I mean, I haven't made any yet. I'm saving making them until we get the advanced fabrication. Oh, wait, I don't need a new bench for advanced fabrication. I don't need to wait. Alright. So let's check at what we can do. So we could use arm. You just need to be healed. Didn't someone lose a leg? Someone I think has just a regular prosthetic leg, right? Because they had a bionic limb and they got into a really bad fight. Yeah, so we need... Okay. Can you explain the arc system? Not familiar? Oh, no problem. We have... They're gonna bypass our defenses. Are they attack immediately, or are they gonna prep? Doesn't say. Their attacks immediately. And they brought firepower. Okay, grab everyone. If they want to come in here, we could do this. Prepare to release the Thrumbo. Yeah, I think we'll just do it this way. Alright. Have everyone else array behind you. Zinni will be here for the animals. And for those who don't know Longclaw, friend of the channel, fantastic content creator, highly would recommend. Plays stuff like Twitch integration, Bannerlord, has played, I believe Victoria 3, Project Zomboid, a whole range of stuff, so good times over there. Also, you check out their YouTube channel, as Twitch is doing that thing. I'm down for you popping a hole here. Why are you just breaking the doors? Like, I get you breaking that door, but why are you just breaking another door? Oh, they're gonna be this way? Fine. Fine, I will initiate on you if you want to make it this kind of a situation. Let's, not stand in front of all those guns. Let's go over to you, because you're just gonna dig a hole into my, into my area back there. Okay. Yep, so that was a little annoying, but that's fine. So they broke the doors. No biggie. And that's the reason I went after this one, is I don't want them to carve straight through into my freezer, and then that's a whole annoying thing. We'll get there, and it's yelling at we don't have storage for half this stuff. Are you anyone we want? No. What about you? Nope. And you? No, you're all terrible. Why do you all have to be like meandrous and misogynists and all sorts of awful? Oh, well, you're gonna get to that door. I can't stop you. It's fine. If you're not going to tell me what the pawn is. Anyways, now you're back. So the way Arco Nexus work is Arco Nexus is a special run. That the gist of it is you get a colony, you have to ally with a random faction. It'll tell you which one, but you have to ally with a random faction. And you have to have a colony wealth of 350,000. And once you've satisfied all of those conditions... This isn't one I can befriend, right? No, they're wasters. You can't befriend them. Oh, that's really a problem. Oh, hey, there's the last turret I was looking for. Alright, Zidian, I need you to go out of your way to cut some trees real fast. Because I need to patch up some doors. It's like literally they just broke the doors to annoy me. They didn't even do anything effective. Oh, you're gonna do that thing where you put all the wood in place, but then you don't actually build the doors? Thanks. It's not what I told you to do, but okay. Yep, nope, you're not done. I told you to build them, and I mean actually build them. Because all the pigs are starting to run away. There we go. So pen should be enclosed now. Alright. But yeah, so going back to... So basically, you go and you have to... You'll just... As you build your colony, it'll be like, Arco Nexus. It'll be like, okay... Ally with this faction, reach a colony wealth of $350,000. And then when you do it, you basically sell your entire colony, its research and everything to that group you allied with, and they let you take 5 colonists, 5 animals, 7 items, and a relic. and you can choose a new location on the map that you start a brand new base on. And that new spot will have this thing, which you just research. It's just 2100 research. It's really easy to do that part. And you repeat that process where you know, ally with the right person, hit a $350,000, and you start a new colony. And I believe you do that 3 total times, and then there is a closing event you do that I won't spoil, and that finishes your run. So instead of it being a run that's all about, you know, slowly building up your base and then getting to the event of, like, you hit go on the ship and then for one season you're just assaulted by everyone, it has a different way of playing through. So it's kind of a new game plus where you do, like, the new game plus 3 times, and then you finish it. So it's a very long run that the challenge is basically having 3 successful colonies back to back to back. Yeah, and you carry over 5 colonists, which is what gives you, like, a really strong advantage. It's almost like, I can't remember the name of the mod. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I can't remember the name of the mod off the top of my head, but there's a mod that lets you edit your pawns when you go to create a colony. It's almost like a way to get that mod enabled, but not cheating. Well, not cheating. I shouldn't say it like that. But without, like, modding. It's like an in-game way to facilitate that. Take the gold. I want the gold. And how about you take here a nice cool 150 medicine. Actually, don't do that. You can't afford it. 100. Cool. Alright, so what is our relationship with you? A kinship of Gabaka? Kinship of Gabaka, you're maxed out, so there's no reason for me to give you gifts. Does it make viewers salty when they don't get picked? I haven't had anyone go and, like, very genuinely get mad about it openly, but I don't also watch my viewer list, so it could be I didn't pick their person and they just left the channel. I don't think that's ever happened, at least not that I'm aware of. Because usually people kind of have a pretty good idea who's going to get picked. Because what'll end up happening, you'll have, like, the more important things that you have, like, your colonists doing. Thank goodness tough. I can work with tough. It sucks that you didn't get any passions at all, but I can still work with that. Yeah, this is Rual, I never get picked. Were you in the last colony? Like, as a being alive? Or were you still a kid? I don't remember. I know you've been in a number of our colonies. I can't remember if you were in the first reset. All the colonies start to blur together after a while. Like, they really do. I'm still bummed on the last colony that we had. Ilana Rama was, like, our absolutely ace of a melee pawn, completely decked out with cybernetics and everything, and died, like, right as we were ready to Arco Nexus. And I tried a couple times to see if we could get ourselves a resurrection serum, but no luck. I'm gonna patch up this hole. I know you only need to checker box it to keep stuff from infestations, but I'm not gonna be building over here, at least not in the immediate plan. So I'm literally just gonna fill it up entirely with the block the whole way through. Just like we did down here. Hey, Kionchik. How's it going? To be fair, I haven't done many Arco Nexus runs because they just take so long. I mean, like I said, it's basically having to successfully have 3 colonies back to back. It's just, after the first one, you do get an advantage of, you're using really strong starting pawns. The negative about bringing those pawns are, well, they do get the bonus at the beginning where, like, their mood will be set higher kind of thing, because it's a new colony or whatever. It doesn't last as long. It's very short-lived when all your people are, like, super pawns and all that. So they very quickly get, like, elite expectations and all that, so you really have to kind of get your base going pretty quick. So if you have a bunch of mood penalties, that's actually why Spencer didn't get brought. Is Spencer was transhumanist, but also body purist, and so their mood was holding up pretty fine in the old colony. But that's where I was basically negating a negative with a positive. But for this one, I would need that positive to kind of get me over the beginning of the run kind of thing. Yeah, you haven't been joining the queue for quite some time? I thought so. Because I remember with you not feeling well, you hadn't been here for a couple of streams, and that you weren't joining very often. But that's the thing, is like, I don't think I left you behind in that one. It's also like the fun and stressful situation of you go to do your reset, you have like 13 colonists, and like 8 or 9 of them will be like really solid, and you're sitting there going, okay, but I want all of these things, but which one do I actually want to, like, which one do I actually take? Which one is, like, who are the ones who actually make the cut? And you'll sit there and do the back and forth, because one of the things you'll have is you're like, okay, well, I want this person, but, you know, they're in a relationship with a high mate, and the high mate doesn't make the cut, or vice versa. You're like, well, no, they come as a pair. I either take one, or I either take both, or I take none, because otherwise they get a permanent mood penalty. Oh yeah, no, don't worry about stealing the spots. These people don't deserve. No, I'm teasing. But no, you're always welcome to, like, key gives away. Just because you're a mod, don't ever feel like you shouldn't participate or anything like that. Like, if anything, you know, you go from being a viewer to someone who also now, like, directly helps me run the stream and all that. Like, there should be more you get to get out of things. And I don't think the sword icon is actually that valuable. Oh no, it's fine. Like, steal all those things. Steal the first. If people want the first, they can put the time in. If people want it, they need to be here first and hit the button first. And believe me, they get really competitive. So we just bonded with another Thrumbo. So now we've got Scrooge and Rocco as our 2 bonded Thrumbo. We got another little baby Thrumbo running around as well. So the names we've had for Thrumbos that the NPCs gave them were Crybaby was the first one. Crybaby unfortunately did not make it, got killed in a fight. Then we had Scrooge, which is the second one. And then we have now the third one that's been named is Rocco. I am not sensing any kind of theming in our naming selection. I may or may not be judging our colonists a whole lot because of their lack of proper theming. Colonists, you can do better. And I mean, that's specifically on Zidian here, because, you know, Zidian is the one bonding with all of them. Actually, I think Crybaby was actually Alana Rama's Thrumbo, if I remember correctly. But the other 2 are on Zidian. Nothing wrong. I think Scrooge is a great name just by the fact it was, like, it's December and they named a Thrumbo Scrooge. It's like, okay, that checks out. That's fair. That's, well done. You're hauling steel. Why are you hauling steel? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so like I said, we're... Oh, they're hauling steel back. That makes sense. Because the steel's in the way. Oh, I was gonna wait there because I'll be like, it'll work better if I leave it this way. It's not, because it's just gonna trade which path I have to take. So the unfortunate reality is I gotta go like 1 tile at a time till we fill this all in. I do wish you could like fill this in, and the pawn was smart enough to do like the farthest one first, so I wouldn't have to sit here and baby it one by one by one. But it's not. I also don't think it's necessarily worth the time for the devs to fix that. It's not really that big of an issue. It's more of a convenience thing that probably only matters to like a fraction of a percent of the player base. Just haul urgently. There's a mod for that, in fact, actually. Not really surprised by it at all. I find some of those mods, like I have Common Sense as that's one of the mods I have loaded. I do find some of those are mods that tend to be a bit more on the fragile side. That, they have a tendency to have side effects. Like, Common Sense, there's a bug that can happen where you say, you know, cook food, and the person will just run, take it to storage, run, take it to storage, run, take it to storage. They'll just keep going like this until they run out of stuff to haul, or there's something that disrupts them like they have to go to sleep or eat or whatever. And then you just hope the next time they actually cook. And it's just, it's a weird bug that it gets itself in a logic loop. But it's one of those things like, well, I do need all that stuff hauled into the freezer anyway, so I'm not really upset. Oh yeah, I needed to go, Alright, we accidentally double-clicked it. So yeah, we removed the vest. Because the save happened. Alright, so I need... Oh, you're still researching the bionics, that's right. After advanced fabrication, that's fine. Because then we'll get the bionics going, and we'll set up the bionics to, because we need a leg and 2 arms, probably. You had to remove haul to inventory because it was responsible for 60% of the tick time. Oh yeah, you run into those kind of things too, AI things. Like that's actually, if your game starts running really slow in RimWorld, one of the things you can actually do to really help your performance is take some of your crafting benches, like a good one here is the stone cutter, and go build details, and cut its radius down to like 50. That could be a thing to like massively help, because otherwise the game goes pathfind, okay, here's the bench, figure out that way, figure out this way, go down here, okay, go all the way down to the ore, come back, that kind of thing. Or if you limit it to just 50 or whatever, which is like this, it'll just go, okay, there. And yes, it does mean you have to have people haul stuff back, but once they've hauled it back, it's said and done, versus every second, you know, every couple seconds where it's grabbing another one, it's another whole pathing calculation it has to do. And if you set that on a bunch of your benches, it'll make your life easier. Okay. That is the last bedroom. Set there. We can go up here. Slap that in there. Good, so we've got all that set, so now the next thing to do is we do need to... smooth the floors in here. Because that'll finally get rid of our penalty for the machine shrine disrespected. That's what they're whining about, is these 2 rooms, their floor hasn't been smoothed out. I'm pretty sure we already got this room, right? Yeah, okay. And once I get that, then we can start, like, taking rooms and being like, this room, it's time for that room to be smoothed out. Once this bed is moved up there, that frees up room that I can go ahead and put stuff down here, which will be the desk, the chairs, and the chalkboard. In fact, we could start that progress. That way in the future our kids get a little bit better education. Because poor Evie Meister, the first segment of education, we luckily got a good trait, but they got no passions. We got kind of lucky on that one. Yeah, just stonecutters I do that with. But I keep most of the other jobs suspended until I need them to do stuff. Well, yeah, no, it's like later in your run, you end up needing a little bit of absolutely everything. So furniture, we can go desk, furniture, chairs. I need more wood. Which is they're not having the capacity to do everything because they're just churning away at it. Later on, that won't be as much a problem. When we get our first proper cold snap that kills everything, then they'll just knock out a couple thousand wood real fast. We might even just trade for it. Alright, we can go over here, and that'll be that patched up and done. Cool. Yeah, because as the Thrumbo population increases, we're going to start falling behind on the food. But for now, we're in great shape. The pig should also... We already have the auto slaughter set. How are you not slaughtering? You're set to max 20 and I have 15 pigs. You're on handle 1, so Zidian should be running over there and dealing with that, because the animal is, I believe, overgrow? Yeah, handle is higher than grow. And you're not restricted to... Like, the only one restricted is Evie Meister, because they're a child. Why aren't you killing the pigs? Say no more than 5 adult females. That's the other thing. Proger's definitely going to need to keep working on getting that grow skill up, because they're going to have to take over for Zidian. We want bacon? Yeah, well the whole thing is I'm going to use that for like pemmican and all that, so the hay grass is going to go down because I haven't been growing more of it, but we'll use the pig to make a bunch of kibble, or like nicer meals. Like right now the problem is our freezer is absolutely full. Like I might just like literally extend the freezer out a whole bunch. Just make it obnoxiously large. Because this is a colony that wealth is kind of the objective. We're trying to build our wealth as fast as we can and survive. To get the next reset going. And the animals are a great source of that. Low baby food. We have 18, you're fine. Yeah, so dealing with the animals is the higher priority. So Zidian prioritizes taking care of the animals over everything else. Let's double check, make sure I'm correct about that. Zidian handling 1, growing 1. It's on the left. Left happens before right. Now, don't get me wrong, Zidian's not going to have the capacity to take care of everything pretty quick. But I don't really understand why we're not killing pigs. I really need you to start killing pigs, Zidian. I really, really, really need you to start killing pigs. Cool, so we got bionics and all that. So let's go over here and start filling in the stuff we're missing. That we care about. The stuff we don't care about, obviously, we don't need. We'll deal with that in a moment. I'm not going to need hydroponics on this tile. We're pretty okay with shields and all that. Deep drilling will be later. Let's get the hospital bed. Slave ship is passing by. I still don't have the beacon, so it doesn't matter. Not that I usually interact much. Like, sometimes you get, like, materials from the slave ship that can be used, like components and that, but that's about all I usually get from them. I mean, the other alternative is a whole bunch of those pigs start starving to death because there's too many for us to sustain their food supply, and then, you know, they'll also die and then we'll eat them. Actually, I think the problem then is then the pigs will eat the other pigs. Okay, we are at the point now that I could unlock that, and this. Because construction will get prioritized over mining, and we've mined out all this area up here. So that's the big thing there. But then now we have capacity, we'll start getting this larger storage room built so we can put the beacon in the middle of it. Extra bedrooms, because honestly, if we didn't, like the moment that Insanity ages up, if we didn't have a couple here, we'd be out of bedrooms. And then this is for our unstable power cores to shove them way out of the way and bury them in the wall. So we get the power, but we don't have to worry about anyone like throwing a tantrum and smacking them. That storage room is so far past capacity. One thing we could do, get that steel out of there. So storage, raw resources, steel can go here, and honestly wood. Storage, no steel, no wood. That'll free up a lot of shelf space in there. And now all the Thrumbos scatter to quickly grab all the steel and take it away. Copy settings from that. Paste them there. You want me to rescue you, but you won't tell me about you, so no. If you told me what you are offering, I would know what I'm agreeing to, and I'd be down for it. But if you're saying, I want you to take on a risk, and I won't tell you the reward, you can kindly go piss off. That's like going and applying for a job and be like, yes, do you accept the job? Well, how much does it pay? It's a surprise. You're gonna say no. No is the correct answer in that question. Because if they want it to be a surprise, it means they don't want to tell you, which means it's gonna be terrible. Oh, good. More corn. Oh, here's one thing we can do. Because we're mostly getting a lot of different vegetables. That's the reason we're not making the better meals. Baby food should be higher. So that way they'll make those into meals, which will effectively compress them and give us mood bonuses. Sorry, I didn't quite finish my dinner. Prepped it a bit later today. Doom got stuck in traffic on the way home, unfortunately. It be what it be. You're also not slaughtering that one. Why are you not prioritizing this? I don't understand. Oh, you know why? Because you're a pacifist. So you'll never do that. Well, crap. Hey, Pronger, go murder a whole lot of animals back to back to back. I forgot pacifists won't slaughter animals. There we go. We're gonna start getting that under control. Yep, pacifists will not slaughter animals. So because Zidian is our main animal handling person, it meant that we were literally just letting the build it up. Yeah, I mean, you could see the test right there. Zidian was not as at animal handling 1 and was taming the Thrumbo, but wouldn't touch all the animals with auto slaughter. And then the moment I took someone who wasn't a pacifist and said, "Okay, you do it," they immediately had no objections, just went through and blasted through them all. Mech cluster with EMI. Alright, I understand. Joe says, I like this being on YouTube because it basically means I never click on Twitch because I don't watch it much. So you can see it here. Yeah, that's fine. I definitely spend most of my content, like Twitch is definitely my main priority. Like being just open and honest about that. But it is nice to be able to be on whatever platforms people want to be. Because it just generally makes it easier for everyone to get what they want. Alright, so we're good there. So let's go through there before our food starts rotting in mass. No, I think it's fair. It's just another negative that you have when you have pacifists. Like, the fact that pacifists can still be used for a lot of violent things because the game just didn't think about it still amuses me. Like, right now we have the pacifist who's got their army of animals and can still unleash him. Like, okay, if someone is genuinely a pacifist that they're objectively against violence, sending their army of pets to do their violence on their behalf, probably still not going to be a thing they do. Because one assumes they're not doing violence because they find it, like, morally objectionable or whatever. Hurry up and haul those bodies in before they rot. Okay, now this style of event, I should be able to just go in here, pop the EMA, and run away. Let's see, killing an animal feels like it should take longer, but I guess they're just shooting them and then going on the next one. Well, the idea is you're slaughtering an animal, so the animal trusts you and everything. That's actually kind of a crappy position for that to be. So, like, the animal trusts you, so it lets you get near it, and then you know you're just... You know, like, just slitting the animal's throat or something. That's generally how slaughtering tends to work. Okay. So the challenge we're going to run in here is when I hit that, it's going to blast and put an EMI pulse, which is going to stun things. And I'll want to run away, because I don't really want to fight this. That is a lot of mini sluggers in that I get nothing from that I care about. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So the moment it starts hissing, we start running straight up along this area. I just want to stay out of the range of these, and then the pikemen and that lancer will probably chase us. They might get a round or two off. Okay, so up here. Good, it went left, so we'll just get away with this scot-free. Elric saw you on YouTube and decided to stop by. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. And now we walk away. We don't care. There's nothing here we want that bad. Like, there was a component and, like, a little bit of plasteel, but it's not worth getting popped in the back of the head by a bunch of lancers and all that kind of nonsense. Man, no, it's absolutely appreciated. There's a wild boar as well. More fires raging, per the usual. We're not getting, like, any hunting done. That's usually what things I end up having the kids do, is to get them to have, like, more than no combat skills. We'll usually start knocking down a bunch of animals on the map. That way when, like, actual fighting comes, they're not completely helpless. The caravan has arrived. I'm kind of hoping that one of our people gets a passion for mining, so we can have a dedicated mining person. Like, right now, we only have 5 adults, so we're stretched a little thin on everything. Like, the good news is we have a lot of people who can do a lot of things, but we're stretched pretty thin on who's doing what. Because we got a researcher, our crafter, our grower, a construction and mining person, our grower who can back up for construction, and then this person is actually doing our animal handling and backing up the growing stuff as well. The other good news of that is, as like Eevee Meister grows up and is more capable of things, there'll be more and more that Eevee Meister can just take off everyone else's plate. We can put you on hunting and mining. Let's actually have you mine. You don't have a passion for it, but that's still fine. That'll still free it up so I can have Illicit make things better. Because we'll start up by saying, smooth this room. You'll start the thing where I go room by room. So Illicit can, you know, smooth out the floors and all that while Craven runs around clearing new spaces. Wait, I'm sorry. Craven will not be the one doing spaces. Eevee Meister will be the one mining. And they're going to be really bad at it when they start. Because that's how that works. Like everything, you start terrible at it before you get good at it. All right. We're definitely going to need more wood. You know what time it is? It's time that we, get an electric stove in here. So I don't have to deal with this wood constantly. Alright, bills. Simple meal. Do until you have 50. Bills. Oh, don't do them one by one. Simple meal. Simple meal. Do until you have 50. Do until you have 50. Vegetarian, fine. Do until you have 50. Lavish. Do until you have 50. Vegetarian, lavish. Do until you have 50. Baby food, do until you have 10. Side tea, do forever. And package survival meal, do forever after all those things. Alright. Decommission that. I'll probably end up putting a second cooking stove here as well. I mean, maybe not. I probably don't need that. So cancel that and reinstall that there. Yeah, so now you should be able to start making any meals they want. It's all there. You made a masterwork dining room chair. Congratulations. It's a really fancy chair. Okay, so the good news is we're now going to just start processing all of this food finally. So that'll be good. It's going to keep Prodiger very busy for a very long time, but this will effectively let us compress the food that's in that room. Which will help clear up some stage. Blight on the strawberries. Don't like, so work. Plant cut 1. On literally everyone, so get out there, start cutting all of the blight. Go cut the blight. Alright. And blight handled. Oh, that's biocoded. Leave that on the floor. And we can go back to our work assignments. Let's go with it like that. And the reason I changed it to be that is so they'll prioritize plant cut over grow when I tell them to. Bunny, we're suddenly getting a lot more meals. Who would have thunk? You gotta be running out of stone. No, you're not even close. But you are cutting a lot of stone. What's the other one? Sandstone? We'll make sandstone. There. It is just kind of a waste of stand, so I probably shouldn't be putting that as a priority, but it'll help them get around. It'll also put natural divide between a bunch of the fields to help out with that a little. And also we can go down like this. I'm mostly, like, honestly just giving it some kind of, like, almost decoration to it. Remove those 3 tiles so it has, like, a little curve in the path. And that'll also help them get to the kill box faster. Alright, so I have plenty of wood from Zidian doing that. Infestation. I think that's our 3rd one. So it's looking like a couple hives there, so that's fine. We got our choke point right here. So Goobish, get in position here. You there. You here. You here. You there. Zidian, grab the baby. Oh, Zidian, you're so far away. We'll see if you get here in time. Like, you're bringing the Thrumbos. Alright, never mind, you're not gonna get a chance to get the baby. Baby's just gonna have to fend for themselves for a minute. Why are you not shooting? Oh, here. This is the problem. Okay, so put you in a row back there. Let's not take chances. Unleash the animals. That's not the way to do it, Thrumbos, but I mean, you're already in there, so take your best shot. Thrumbo 1 is doing their best. Stacking up the injuries. You want it the other way, where we get 3Y and they don't, but it is what it is. The good news is Thrumbos are heckin' tanky. As evidenced by we have defeated all of them. Alright, so you get out of here. And Craven, go clear out that back room. Meanwhile, go here and where's finish off. Here, let's have you deal with these two before any of them get up and cause problems. Alright. Wow, your accuracy is not good. That's fine. They have like 8 days so you reproduce, so we're just gonna go and just keep letting them do their thing. Hosting aristocrats. We would need to keep their mood over 25%. And they're willing to give us goodwill or stuff like that. Doesn't look like they have to have a particularly high rating and all that. I think we can manage that. So Imperials have arrived. Your schedule. Oh. Is you both... Oh, I didn't read that there's 2. You both stay inside the defensive perimeter. And you just recreation your entire life. So that's going to be 1 bed, and we'll have to see what we have to do about the second. So you're the important one that we care about? Which one's the one we have to keep their mood up? So it's you. So you get that bed. Sorry, AV Meister. I'm required to keep them happy, which means they're getting priority. You're not in a relationship, are you? That'd make my life way easier. No. If they were like a married couple or something, it would make our lives really easy. Oh, you're willing to actually work here? Okay. I'm used to them not being willing to work, so I was a little surprised to see that. I can live with that. Get in the mines, you two. Because this whole area in the back should be considered inside, if I remember correctly. Yep. So yeah, so we're going to get people in the mine for us, too. Excellent. They can have fun with the ever so wonderful, fun, and relaxing activity of mining. That's what they decided they wanted to do on their Tuesday. They said, you know what we want to do? We want to go to a tribal backwater on a hellish planet and mine. Are they good at anything? Not really. But I'm not looking for good. I'm looking for someone able. Able and good are not the same metric. If they can break some blocks, it's good enough for me. Sorry, it's like the Spawn Futurama. I don't remember the episode. I know I watched all the episodes of Futurama back in the day, but I don't remember. It was just a forced labor camp? Oh, yeah, that sounds like Futurama. I still don't remember the episode. I'm sure I've seen it, but yeah, that's a very Futurama thing. And it'll be the person who's pointing out what's so horrible about it, and everyone else is like, why don't you like fun? Why do I keep finding medicine out in the middle of nowhere? Because it's not the same medicine we had earlier. The other one was over here. Royal Tribute Collector. Sorry, no. I'm partially building this road to... Guest unhappy. Why are you unhappy? Hideous environment. You're jealous of illicit NZ's bedroom. Why do you have to be terrible? Is that room really that more impressive than yours? Somewhat poor, average sized, dull. Okay. I see. My apologies. Her room is like worth a fistful of pennies more than yours. That's I get it. I get it. I understand. That is a deal breaker for you. So hear me out. Here's what we'll do. Is I'll assign your room to be smoothed out first. I'll go ahead and cancel smoothing out this room. And I'll go to all this path I just assigned, and I'll say, nope, don't allow it. The royal person says they're upset that someone has something ever so slightly nicer than we have. So we'll go ahead and stop all this. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not upset, and I'm not being sarcastic. That's definitely not what's happening right now. Nope, no sleeping. I need you to Alright, were you building the stone tile? Oh, I missed like a handful right here. Nope, I need you to go and smooth out the floor in this room so it's ever so slightly worth more. Keep working on that. I need this room to be ever so slightly more than what we have. There is fire everywhere. It's not particularly surprising. It's RimWorld. Fill the room with jade statues that they have to crawl over. I would, but I actually don't have much jade. I only have 30 jade. We'll get up there eventually. But at the moment, we haven't been getting much jade. Hey, Zidian, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had yourself a good stream and all that. And hello, Tovinator. Thank you so much for the stream. So Zidian was playing some... It was either Drug Deal Simulator or RimWorld. It's not really telling me which, but I do hope you had yourself a good stream and all that good stuff. And Drug Deal Simulator tonight. Cool, cool. So check out Zidian if you're looking for that kind of content. It's excellent. And for Tovinator, I will have you get a shout-out once this shout-out's done. But welcome in and thank you so much for the raid. Well, RimWorld could double as Drug Dealer Simulator if you want. It can, you're not wrong. No lies detected. What are you doing now? How do I keep missing spots? It's fine. But, we got it going on. But what were you streaming, Tova, and all that stuff? Working on 1 ton of drug achievements for Drug Deal Simulator? It's a long grind. Yeah. That happens. I keep not allowing these, and you keep finding places I've missed. I want you to take care of that bedroom so our guest stops whining about the fact that your bedroom is slightly... That's fine, you can just deconstruct it. I don't want to intervene. Nope, no going for a walk. I need you to keep doing this. The guest is going to completely throw a hissy fit again and again until their room is ever so slightly more impressive than yours. Let's see. You need for a while, then you built... you read for a while, and then you built a little Lego, and then played RimWorld with RimConnect. Gotcha. Nice. Good times all around. So we're trying to get this room to be over 670. Because if we get over 670 in quality, then this person will stop getting mad about it. Alright. You're still new enough to streaming that you still say out loud the letters I need to type in order to raid someone. Nice. Okay. We're almost there. 670 is the goal. If we can get over 670, he'll stop having the penalty that he's greedy and someone has a nicer room that is. I think we'll do one more tile just to make it sure, because I don't know if it needs to be even or over. There, are you happy now? Your room is worth pennies more than the other room. You're not trapped indoors. You can go outside. Like, outside's right there. You're entirely welcome to go there. Okay, so I type slash and then raid and then the name. Yeah, not so good. Like, streaming is weird. It takes a lot of adjusting to it. Like, deliberately talking out your thoughts. Because it's one of those behaviors that if you know... If you're in an office and you're talking out your thoughts, the coworker in the cubicle next to you is going to be like, oh my god, please shut up. But it's very genuinely what you want to do streaming. Okay, so how are you doing now? Are you happier? Like, the hideous environment's fine. It says you're trapped indoors, which I find amusing because you're not. I've got you set to max recreation. You can go for a walk, buddy. Like, you're trapping yourself indoors. Do you have enough rec outside? No, but normally you don't have to worry about it. I mean, I've got the telescope. But, like, normally people who, like, go outside for a walk and do that kind of stuff on their own, that you don't have to, like, babysit them. Because it is kind of a weird thing of going, You know, a person be like, I'm sad, I'm indoors all the time, and you're going, why don't you go outside? No. You can't make me. I just want to complain. I don't want to actually solve my problems. Which, I mean, fair. Sometimes that is what people genuinely want. Huh. I was kind of expecting it to automatically shrink the grow zones when I did that. I'm a little surprised it doesn't. That's fine. Installing a mod that adds PCs and make your colony of gamers. It's also a direct quote for the songs. I don't want to solve the problem. I just want to melt down. I mean, that's you know, you have the whole thing like when someone comes to you and they start complaining about something, like they're like, you know, oh, well, this person at work, I hate their attitude, like they're really frustrating me. And you kind of have to stop back there. It's like, all right, this conversation we're having. One question I have before we proceed. Are you looking to just get this out of your system and that's that? Or are you actually trying to solve a problem? Either's fine. I just need to know what my contribution to this conversation should be in this particular occasion. Because it is genuinely a thing that it's good to know, oh, this person's like, they're frustrated with a problem and trying to come up with a solution, or they're frustrated with a problem, but the problem, like, they can solve it, but the problem isn't big enough that the solution is worth taking. Like, the solution has more risk than the problem. So they're really just trying to get it out of their system. And there's value in stopping there and doing that thing going, okay, like, what do you need? Or I was like, not what do you need? What is your desired outcome of this conversation? Like, what is the goal of this current social interaction? I can provide that. I just need to know what it is. Or it's also fair, like if they're looking for actual solutions and they're coming up with a complicated problem to go, I can't give you the solution you want. I cannot provide what you're looking for. Here, get that grow zone, and I'll need to set up another one up here. And the reason we're planting dandelions is they're low maintenance. You just kind of set and forget. You don't have to harvest them. You don't have to do anything else. They're relatively low time consumption and all that compared to a lot of crops. And they're pretty good for your animals basically being able to eat them. It's also a good way to keep trees under control, where if the trees start growing and you can start lobbing down all the trees. Okay, so we got all that adjusted. You to your best friend. Do you need me to get bats and alibis, or do you need to say, yeah, that sucks? Pretty much. And there's time for both of those things. Not literally bats and alibis. Officially. Okay, we'll also end up having a door over here. Watch, I'm gonna build this, and one of the rooms will be like, masterwork, and then the guest is gonna be like, wah, I don't get a, like, my room's not the fanciest anymore. I'm angry. Genuinely, greedy is one of those traits I really avoid, because they're just so insufferable to deal with. We'll get bio-sculpting because you're going to want bio-regeneration and all that soon. Correct, I do not own a bat, and I'm bad at lying, so you should not be relied on to retrieve anyone's alibi. Yeah, it's like, yeah, a lot of these things are not going to be aligned with the, like, the things you're asking, I am not the person you want doing. Insulting spree on Zidian. Look. Look. The answer is no. Zidian, go to bed. Alright, next up. Schedule. Go to bed. Don't make me do this to everyone. Roger. Go to bed. Fine, we'll do it. I don't like having to sit there and do the entire schedule like this, but we'll tell everyone it's bedtime. Everyone go to sleep. It is one way to cancel an insulting spree, is if everyone goes to bed, they have no one to target, and it cancels the insulting spree. No, you're not tired enough to... Alright, so we can't even cancel it. Alright, so you're the Night Owl, right? No, why were you put on a different schedule? Do we even have a Night Owl? Why were you on a different schedule than everyone else? Oh, you should be on a... Okay, so Cyclone O's or whatever's onto that. So with you, that'll be your recreation time. You need 8 blocks of sleep, typically. So 4 and 4. And meanwhile, for the rest of you... I don't remember what the schedule defaults to. That's fine. Evie gets all recreation. We'll just absorb it. Because unfortunately, because it is a guest, if I arrest them, they'll get all pissy about it. So we're just gonna eat it. That's not the person you should have gotten in a melee fight with. So you're all beat up and roughed up. Yeah, and you don't have any new injuries. Oh right, did we get bionics figured out? We did, right? No, they're still researching. Wait, that can't be right. Oh right, it's not there. It's a fabrication table. I make the bionics. All right, so advanced. Until you have 10. We need a bionic arm, a bionic leg. I actually think I need 2 bionic arms, a bionic leg. So let's look. So you need 2 bionic arms on you. You're good there. You need a bionic arm, so it's 3 bionic arms. And yeah, that's just the 3 bionic arms. You're fine. You need a bionic leg. We don't care about our guests. Alright, so we'll start with that. First, we'll start with getting the people the bits they need. So 3 bionic arms and a bionic leg. And then Evie Meister, we start doing the whole work and all that. You like 3 rec and then 4 bed and then everything else on anything else? Sorry, I missed that. The Silverx says, I hate this game sometimes. I had a drop pod raid land in your animal zone, targeting people milking boomalopes. You see one person emerge and immediately launch triple rockets, resulting explosion kills all of my animals, including the breeding pair of Thrumbos, the people in the barnyard, and a massive hole in the stockpile room. Yeah, there's definitely times that you just get like bad luck on what it throws at you. That's like, okay, game, let's talk. What was my counterplay? What was the strategy I was meant to counter this with? And I'd be like, oh, well, just don't have your pawns there. It's like, uh-huh. How do you see that working out? Go on, you could store raw food and meals on the floor in there too, I guess. Because now we're just getting lots of pork piling up in the hallway. The Boom Rat Mega Boom Hot Potato. Yeah, that's FG's a friend. FG Square is a friend of our channel, and all that. She's been doing a challenge that they voted on for her channel. That it's 1,000 Boom Rats is what her goal is, and there's been some pretty painful looking clips that I've seen. That you'll sit there and have like literally hundreds of Boom Rats crowded in this room, and someone goes slaughter, walks in and hits one Boom Rat, and then instantly the room is vaporized because, 600 Boom Rats or however many Boom Rats are in there just all go up at the same time. But that's the challenge, is you kind of need to, when you have that many of them, you kind of need to contain them, because if I have an area of Boom Rats here with like 600 of them in, the chances of any individual Boom Rat dying gets higher and higher as they take up more area. You're talking more about the aiming time of triple rocket launcher. It's up there with sleeping mechs immediately getting a shot off right before the EMP grenade detonates. Yeah. Well, that's I've probably lost. If I'm trying to think of what's killed the most colonists. So social fights would definitely be up there, and I'm including that because even if it's not the social fight that physically kills a colonist, which I do have happen a lot, it's the social fight is the thing that puts you in a bad situation for when the next thing comes. You're already half dead because your people have all beaten each other half to death. So I've lost a lot of colonists as a result of social fights. And then it's stuff like Lancers and Pikemen one-tapping my colonists has been like the next big one. You're willing to give me 78 goodwill if I build an 11 by 19 structure. Okay. I'd certainly get behind it. Let's make sure we actually know how big that is. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. Let's have that goodwill. Potter Ives, you set it down, it's just a big middle finger. You're like, wait a second. Oh yeah, you can have the giant numbers of manhunters, like really weak enemies like chickens or guinea pigs and all that. There's definitely a lot of colonies get lost to that. That is absolutely a thing that happens. Let's get that monument marker. So how long do I have to work on that? 23 days. Okay. Alright, so we're going to prefer wood where possible, and where not, we'll use slate. Yeah, so we're at the point where they're starting to demand a bunch of the other stuff. I need to get the floor smooth and all that, so biotech, so ideology, sorry, not biotech, ideology. Get our first neural supercharges put in here, because we are transhumanist. I don't have the other stuff yet. Which we are working on that. I need bioregeneration to have the de-aging thing, so we are already working on our research in that direction. Manhunter pack of Timberwolves. 18 of them. Alright, if you could get that off my screen. Oh yeah, no, the game will straight up just screw you sometimes. Like, just absolutely screw you sometimes. Alright, so this time we're gonna go ahead, because we got extra people here. Get everyone into the necessary positions. So one thing I am noticing, this kill box works extremely well, but I kind of need more people to take full advantage of it. And the reason we're sending our pacifists in there is they are the one who unleashed the Thrumbos. So I do want the Thrumbos ready to rock and roll. Because we got a bunch of Angie puppies coming. They're doing Angie puppy borks. Yeah, and the big thing with the culling of the boomalopes is usually it's just easier to release them. If you try and like actually kill them, it almost always goes badly. Because like the characters will stand back, but they'll be like really dumb and they'll like attack the boomalope while it's wandering right next to your chem fuel storage, or you know, you get some like that built and there'll be like a boomalope right along the side of it and they'll blast it right there so it burns down parts of the thing, causing our events to happen. So we're not close enough that's not considering them in combat, so they're able to occupy multiple tiles. We're gonna need... Oh, never mind, it's doing it at the last second. It's not ideal, but it's fine. And now begins the friendly fire. Okay, all sorted. Finish them off. Okay, so let's look at our injuries. Illicit NZ basically got one little bruise. Goobish got pretty nastily bitten in the head. Our guest took a pretty nasty bite to the torso. Almost died to that. Well, actually, no, they did. They took about half health. The Thrumbo, lots of injuries shared between the Thrumbo from the looks of it. Yeah, most of the Thrumbo are hurt, but they're Thrumbo, so it takes a lot to actually kill them. Step 1, new pen only for boomboats far away from colony. Step 2, some sort of fire. Step 3, run the heck away and repeat until it's all as well. Well, you just go down the list, you just say release them all. Aren't you a Dr. Craven? Get to work. Alright. Why did you get the not as good medicine? I should have plenty of medicine for the... It's whatever. We definitely need to still get our hospital online. That's been waiting a while. Cool. Wolfie's dealt with. But why gives you... Your way gives you some meat? Yeah. Usually if you have enough that you're worried about the number of animals, though, you're not at a point that starvation is that big a concern. Not typically. Unless that's the reason why that many animals is the problem, is the starvation concern. I just generally don't keep that many boomalope. I usually only keep 1 or 2 boomalope at the most. I don't try and get like a breeding pair of boomalope. Even when I've used chem fuel power, you just don't use chem fuel really that fast normally. At least, not that I've ever had a problem with the colony. What times did you forget to... Well, that's the thing. If you're auto-slaughtering the boomalope, that's already a concern. Like, that's where the danger shows up. Because, like, again, you'll have, you know, one of your boomalope will, like, run right next to the generator, and they'll auto-slaughter it right here, and it blasts into that room, and suddenly your generator's on fire, and you'll be like, come on, man. It's the same thing when you hunt. It'll be like a pack of dangerous animals. It'll be a rabbit, and your character positions themselves on the other side of the dangerous animals and then shoots across them at the rabbit. And you're like, why are you doing this? Like, you have literally this entire range of areas you can shoot from. Why are you choosing the only one direction that this is unsafe? And the answer is because RimWorld. Alright, so Illicit is getting that all built. You recently had chinchillas reproduce so many of them, they sold 500 to a trader, and the game was still like slideshow. Yeah. Bioregeneration's next. Okay, so we'll go in here, and we'll need to... Honestly, I need to wait, because we're gonna be pushing our power. So we need to do this, which is Put that there. Zone. Do not build the roof over top of you. And we'll go power. We'll just run it straight across here. And then up there. Because we're pushing our limit that. You only get Thrumbos. Oh, for honor? I haven't done the honor mechanic in so long. I generally just am not a huge fan of the royalty system. Like, it's fine, but of the DLC, it is easily my one. I go, oh, this is the least interesting, yada yada yada. However you want to go about it, just why don't they like Thrum babies? Because they like gold and slavery. That's all they want. They're the reason they're the fallen empire. So good. Illicit is still prioritizing that, which is good. I was really worried I was gonna have to like manually go in and be like, please build this one, please, you know, like focus on this. What? Oh, it's just that's where it's got. It's fine. Because that's a quest thing, so I got 21 days to get done. We have all the supplies, I just need to do it, which will be nice and easy. Now I need to get geothermal online, which is good. I also have a third geothermal down there, so I'm like not worried about power. The only downside with power is all of it is on this side. So I'm gonna have to like go out of my way to make a secondary power line. That way it's not one of those things that when this line breaks, the whole power shuts down for the base all at once. Because that could get really aggravating in later raids where they actually do start dropping explosives and other nonsense that cause problems. You got to the dev mode, edit your colony's main ideology. You had high mate join an ideology where the preferred xenotype is impid. So everyone she's converted has a mood penalty because they're not an impid. Yeah. So these guests being here is pretty convenient. They are clearing up a bunch of space, getting stuff mined that we were struggling to get any progress with, so that's all good. This is why you have a character just so new random join colonists can be brain wiped into our colony. Honestly, I find it to not be that big deal. That's one of the things. If you actually look at most of my ideologies, this one's kind of an exception. I almost always take the Prolicizer meme as my first one, so that anyone who shows up, you know, like, oh, you got a nice colony here. You want to say, cool. Have I talked about my ideology? How about my ideology? Have you heard enough about my ideology? You should really consider my ideology until they eventually cave. So I don't have to do the thing where you have to imprison them or constantly hit them with the conversion thing. The only exception is ones that are like iron-willed. Those ones can be frustrating because you either need like a master quality, or not master quality, a master outcome for a conversion ceremony, or you do end up having to, you know, imprison them. I've been pretty lucky lately that, well, normally those are what I end up having to do. That I've been fortunate that the ones that are iron-willed or whatever, their ideology ends up being like nice and neutral. So it's not one of those ones that's like, don't cut down the trees, don't mine, don't do this, that upsets everyone. But instead it's just like, oh no, like, Quest failed. Oh yeah, that's the one where like you didn't tell me what I'm getting. You said, like, I get that they want you to gamble getting new pawns that are less than ideal, but with how bad it can hurt your colony to have a bad pawn, it's just one of those things I wonder, like, fight a bunch of enemies and we'll give you someone that someone I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, not interested. I'm gonna need a little bit more information than someone with this background. Are like they meandrous, misogynist, abrasive, greedy. Like all of these are colonists that I would sooner do without than have. I understand. So Baxter's saying, the colony was an 8 good brutality start with a default RimWorld ideology and the pawn with lousy social. I just let whomever join and then I got a high mate who has high social. Yeah, and I can see where that went. Because you didn't have enough to have like the moral guide or whatever they call it to pressure people around one way or the other. And so if someone shows up who can actually just randomly convert people with a little bit of luck, yeah. They will slowly whittle down your colonists to bring them over. The only blind colonists I accept are people under the age of 10. I've stopped doing that even because I've had it where it'll be like the moment they get like the one trait and their one trait will be something terrible. Like again, you know, I don't like meandrist, I don't like abrasive, I don't like jealous, I don't like greedy. Like, a lot of those can be such aggravating ones. Honestly, and I know there's a lot of positives with Bloodlust. I don't like Bloodlust either because of the extra social fights. So there's a lot of traits that people actually go out of their way because, like, but it gives me so much shooting and melee. It's like, yeah, but they use it on your own colonists. It's an important thing to consider. Yes, they're great when you get into a fight with someone else, but they also get into fights with your own people constantly. Like, everyone will be perfect, have, like, super-duper happiness and everything, and they'll just kick off because reasons. They'll just insult one another, get angry, and then take someone's arm or leg off. Yeah, it's all positive you cut out their tongue. I've debated doing that. I just generally won't take one, but if I get one of those colonists that's forced on you and they're bloodlust, I might start doing that as like literally taking out their tongue. So, Zidian has now formed a bond with another of our Thrumbos and has named them Ty. Zidian just happened to be really hungry at the time. Why are you making me kill all the puppers? You can send other animals at me. We don't need to murder an endless stream of puppers. Alright. And Ziddy needs to be here as well. So that they can release the Thrumbo. Zidian's like, oh, I'm so hungry. Aw, I really love this Thrumbo. I should name it. Ty. Ty is what I'm going to name the Thrumbo. I don't know. Right now, I just feel like, really? Come on. You're just lighting a fire, so I have to go, do I let my entire area back here burn down? Or do I let the wolves get in? What's the best way to force a crisis of belief? Make them miserable? Put them in a tiny little box of a room. Don't feed them. Alright, Sidones, you just do your best to contain this thing. I don't actually care if you defeat it. You're just trying to slow down the spread as best you can till the others are available. There's no way Sidones keeps up with that, and we're going to lose a bunch of the Devil Strand, which I don't really care that much about, honestly. Sidones trying their best. Okay, are all of them actually down? Yep. Okay. You all do your thing. Set them to that. And those who can will go fight fire. I mean, honestly, we're not super worried. We fell behind in the planting of the fields. So, luckily, there's not a whole lot of out-of-control fire to deal with. It's just the Devil Strand that's getting wrecked. Alright, so medical attention needed. Yeah, so you're actually pretty badly messed up. So you're tending to Goobish, what about you? You're tending to Thrumbo. I'll prioritize those over our guests. I mean, that's fine. We are prioritizing all of the Thrumbo over all of our guests. Our guest is up here bleeding out, and they're just like, nope, nope, sorry, the Thrumbo. You gotta understand, these are a venerated animal. They're sacred to us. We're making so much food. Disease infection on our guest. Lovely. Are you awake? Hey, sorry to interrupt, but guest needs a bandage. All right. And how much longer are they going to be around? It's a while, right? Oh no, only 5 days. That's not bad. Okay, we'll have the age reversal as well. Because it's Goobish and Illicit NZ who want it. Go and cancel that one. So they'll get theirs set up. Progressively keep their mood as low as humanly possible. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It is a Crisis of Belief is a random chance mood break. If you're trying to depend on mood breaks, you're playing an RNG game. Like there's nothing you can do to be like, that's the mood break I'm gonna get. Like there's some that, you know, okay, well this person's a gourmand, they have a higher chance of having the mood break I want kind of thing. But if you're trying to depend on certain mood breaks, it's like trying to depend on someone getting trauma savant, so you deliberately try and hit him in the head with stuff. You're more likely to kill the person than get the result you're looking for. Which we did actually have a trauma savant in the first section. They unfortunately were their body purists and were transhumanist, which wasn't great. Acme Anvil's colony. Something like that. Yeah, so we're just getting the road here in place so we can get to the kill box much faster, and just to give like a little bit more aesthetic to the colony. Imperial shuttle down. Yeah, we'll take the Goodwill. Because a Mech Commander helmet would be nice if I was doing that. like doing the mech thing, but I'm not. Because honestly, that coming down then... Oh! That works out really well, honestly. That is, you'll probably actually be out of here before they reach the shuttle. If only you could always get that. Drop the shuttle directly inside the, like, the inner sanctum of your defensive perimeter. There's a really good chance this raid that comes in will attack that caravan, and I won't have to worry about it. Because normally I run the defense at 5 in-game hours, but I don't feel a need to do that on this one. Granted, I have no idea which side it's coming from. It's pretty centered, actually. Probably, it's either going to be the left or the right, not the bottom. It's the left. That's perfect, because that means it's not a me problem. It might be. That's actually a lot of people. I'm going to need you to choose the side of that door and not leave that door open for me, okay? Please get through the door. Please get through the door. Don't go back and forth. You're going to let them in here, and you're going to get shot by the turrets. You're actively being... The door's not going to... Why? Don't... It's fine. I was like, don't hold the door open. Everything's looking Millhouse here. Oh, you got downed, friend? Oh, don't worry. I'll save you. Sorry. Hey, Kildrix. Colony's going pretty good. Can I get a shout out for Kildrix, please? It's going pretty good. We're on the second phase of Anarcho Nexus. And we are building wealth faster than our colony's actually getting built. Like, way faster than our colony's getting built. Because we have Thrumbos as pets. And it's a whole thing. For those who don't know Kildrix, plays a lot of RimWorld as well. It's definitely good times there and whatnot. Alright, so we're gonna unset that as medical. Now that you're in there. Please actually treat this person. But, we're doing pretty well. We actually had the, one of the crash shuttles land right inside our defensive perimeter, which never happens, and I very much appreciate. Okay. These always get, like, 2/3 and then get bored. So good on you for saying on. Yeah, I've finished it before. It's been a very long time. Did you actually patch up? No, you're only now getting to it. That's fine. We'll see if we get ourselves a little bit of reputation for helping them. Why is my power off? Oh, solar flare. That checks out. It's a good reason for your power to be off. Is you have the event that turns off your power. Yeah, I know it's going pretty good. Like, I'm finding out having Thrumbos is a fast way to build up colony wealth. Because we're already over halfway to having our colony wealth back up here. And then we gotta decide which Thrumbos stay, because we're up to 7 Thrumbos now. The Thrumbos have become our frontline defense. Works out pretty good. I've been very... Like, this kill box is working really well. This is a design I haven't done before. I've been very happy with it. For those who didn't see, I don't have enough pawns to fully take advantage of it. That's kind of one of the things I'd like to do. But, I really like the way this is working. Where did my tools go? There we go. So if we sit there, and if you go just a moment... So, the way this kill box works is so I can put a pawn here, and they're able to shoot down this way, or down this way. And they put another one there. But you can kind of have them in line where I could actually have 2 people shooting past each other on this. And you get the idea. Is you could just kind of like really stack a lot of people able to shoot down the same lane. Like with all of that is all going to be shooting down here at the same time. I kind of feel like I need to make it a little bit far back. Now wait a second. What are you using to draw? It's Epic Pen. It's a program I've used in the past for when I was doing conference talks. So let's delete that. But yeah, so I haven't done this style before, but it works really well. The only thing with Epic Pen is you do have to switch to display capture, which generally speaking, a lot of people try to avoid the display capture when they don't have to streaming, because then you can accidentally dox yourself. When, you know, some notification shows up on your computer even though you've turned them off. And then, you know, drops your email saying, like, you know, person at home address. You know, your power is going to have a thing. So I avoid that, but you do have to display capture because it's obviously not in RimWorld's window itself. But it's still cool. But yeah, no, this is kind of... I saw a similar design... Who was using it? Was it Adam versus Everything? I was doing a similar design with the double long barricades, which I hadn't seen someone do that before. And then, you know, making it so it's just not one line. But I converted it to be this style so that I have, like, the burst, the pulse rifles here, and then assault rifles back here. But it's a similar concept. And they're not getting through here fast enough. The trees are actually growing in here, which is not ideal. It's the catch of having as many Thrumbos as I have, and then our grower is our animal tamer. But we're already working on solving that problem. The defense fish? The terror teardrop? Yeah. Or like... I don't remember who I saw do this the first time. Was at the very end of your path leading in is to put one barricade so that the animals who can't get over barricades stop there, so you can just shooting gallery them till they break it. Which, like, that's a cool idea I hadn't thought of. I know if you mix it where you go barricade, column, but slows them down way more, but I've had weirdness where they'll stop and shoot from on the barricades. And it's like, okay, well, let's not do that. That defeats kind of the point of that design. Oh, we should also go down here now as well, and we can put the ship landing beacons. So we can get the shuttles to land over here in the future. And what are you upset about, Evie Meister? Oh, moderate psychic drone. Yeah, that'll do it. Also getting some cabin fever because you're not outside doing stuff. Alright, we need to get the age reversal going pretty soon. Oh, I didn't realize, because the other colony, the only people who complain about the age situation were the ones up in their 40s and 50s. It's fine. Compact steel meteor. Sure, why not? We still need to get our hospital online. Maybe I just carve the hospital in right here. I wanted to be down closer, like in this area, but... maybe we just put the hospital on the other side of the storage room. I think that's what we're gonna do. I'll make that a big hospital up here. Because I should have a hospital by now. The fact that I don't is pretty sad. It's just funny to me that we're fast approaching the next reset. We haven't even got our bedrooms done. Because poor Illicit is trying their absolute best to do all the construction by themselves, and they're just does not have the support or help they need. Which, if we don't get more colonists and we get the reset, we're gonna just bring the same people forward again. Like, Evie Meister has only grown up enough to have the tough trait and nothing else because we didn't have what we needed to properly do the lessons. Because we were already having Evie Meister when we arrived. I don't think it'll... I mean, the baby will definitely be a toddler, if not a full-on child, by the time we get to the next part. No, don't do that. That bed's around the wrong way. I still need one of these days to actually do a run where I'm just going hard for, like, making my own xenotypes and everything. Like, I kind of want to make a xenotype around people who don't sleep. Like, give them a lot of penalties, make it fair. But people that literally don't sleep all the time. What is your problem? Hideous environment, ravenously hungry. I have food up to my eyeballs. Ravenously hungry is on you, friend. Genetic chemical dependency. You need go juice. Oh, you're a hussar? Ugh. Hate it. They only have to be here for one more day, though. Ooh, heal mecha serums. Alright. Deal. Give me your toxicity. Don't drop it right in my field, though. Alright? So there's the pods. Where are the waste packs? You know what? That is a perfectly good place for those to sit on the ground and burst. I accept your conditions. So I don't want to use it on you yet because you're missing fingers and it could target those. But I would... Actually, your scar I don't care about. There's someone who had a torso scar. Yeah, it's you. Alright. So you've already grabbed the healing stuff. Nope, no you didn't. So go ahead and... You want to use 2? Oh, you have... Let's wait till the drug tolerance falls off, because it wants to use 2 for some reason. I'm assuming to get rid of that, and I don't want that wasted on that. So we'll get rid of the stabbing scar. That 99% should disappear pretty much any time now. Struck Jade. Okay, it's just over there. I do need that to get built soon. Would you get over that tolerance? You're at 99%. Hey, Harry, how's it going? Because I want them to use just the one, and I want to make sure it targets the that scar, because that's a pretty bad scar. I might honestly use... We might keep of our Thrumbos. I might keep Scrooge around since they've been here the whole time. But poor Scrooge here needs some love. Scrooge has had a tough life. Okay. And our freezer cannot handle the food capacity we're getting. Oh, go to our assignments, edit, lavish. Do not allow them to eat the packaged meals. Those are for saving. Scrooge just says, bah humbug to pampered lifestyles. Yeah, the way Scrooge has multiple instances of brain damage because, I don't know, they were shot. So where'd that shuttle actually arrive? Okay, you two. Get out of my colony. And I remember what I was doing this mission for. Oh. Standings. Okay, so cool. We're allied with the Empire. So we're getting all the bedrooms set up. Let's go ahead and lock those doors open as well. Oh. Even though it doesn't matter, I want the tiles to match. Like, literally, I'm wasting materials by doing that, but I don't care. I'm gonna shrink this zone so it can't include anything in there. Bioregeneration. So that means we can do the de-aging stuff. Let's go ahead and get where's fire foam. So we can get some fire foam backpacks for if we get like a big impid raid, we can just blast a backpack to keep our people from scattering everywhere every time fire is breathed on us. I've lost more than one colony to that stuff. Okay. And you're still making components, which is all fine. You still have more bionic arms and legs and all that to make. And get all our people patched up from injuries they've suffered and whatnot. Are you over your... Okay. So where did those healing mech serums go? Because they're not out here, and they're not going to be over there. Which means they're in this. They're not going to be along that left shelf because that is weapons only. Oh, shelves. If you don't take the time to set this shelf for that, this shelf for that, it is impossible to navigate them. Here, we're just going to keep it on pause for the meantime. They're in there somewhere. We haven't had a trade caravan in forever. That's part of the problem. Is usually I dump half this crap on a trade caravan that rolls through when I need standings. I mean, when I get the hospital, I'm going to put them on the hospital shelf, but I won't have to, like, look for them and all that. But there's that middle step of where they're here somewhere, but we don't know where that here is. Unless, I don't think they'll carry that around as gear, will they? Nope. Get drop pods and just drop them on friends. We can probably do that at some point. I honestly don't use the drop pods that often. It's not that I've never used them, and they're very good. Here, I'm going to intervene and make you do this manually, because you're just putting it off. Power is starting to be a problem. Get all those labels out of here. There they are. I see it. Make sure you don't have anything there. Why do you still want to use 2? You know, I don't care. I'm not using the other one. Weird. Maybe it's because the scar was just that bad or something. I don't know. I don't think so. It's usually use one of those to cure a thing, so unless they change that. I see you built literally none of the things I asked you to prioritize and instead went to go play piano. Alright, really large group of impids coming in. And those are prepare or attacks immediately. I wasn't paying attention. So they're prepare. So, schedule. Everyone stays inside the perimeter. Animals, everyone stays inside the perimeter. Until they go do their attack. I'm a little worried about this one, actually, because we are probably going to be facing a lot of fire. and it's unrealistic we'll be able to take them all down before that fire becomes an issue. And the fire will scatter our Thrumbos when they get hit, as well as our melee person. So it is going to be well, the good news is it started raining. So we're going to just try and do as much damage as we can on their way in, so that hopefully we can just hold out in the rest of them. You have you actually stand up front here. Don't wait. I want the Thrumbos to run interference on that. Yeah, the rain is going to help a little bit on the fire side, but it's going to hurt me on the range side, so I don't know which one I'd prefer, but it is what it is. I don't get much say in it. You still didn't get those trees out of the kill box. Come on, Goob. So go here. Bring your animals back. Stop chasing. Stop chasing Thrumbo. I know you've got murder in your eyes and you just can't help it. They did light you on fire. It's understandable that you're upset. But I don't want you running into the kill box, like into that hallway all by yourself. Okay, now go back into it. Oh, and we absolutely friendly fire the crap out of the Thrumbos, unfortunately. Yeah, the Thrumbos are like, murder. Good job, Thrumbo. Keep baiting out all that fire. You're doing good. Poor Thrumbos. Yep. It's tough to be a Thrumbo. The good news is it's raining, so at least the people who caught fire didn't stay on fire very long. Now, unfortunately, we cannot become friends with Impids. The game says no. So... sorry, Impids. It is what it is. Getting hit from both sides. Alright, so Goobish just has mild burns. The Thrumbos, you got pretty wrecked. No surprise. You'll also notice almost all those injuries weren't the Impids. So far we have a Thrumbo, singular, that their most of their injuries were from the enemy. But I just wanted to make sure I kept that fire off of us. That's fine. We have like 4 doctors or something like that, so we'll get everyone patched up. Because the amount of times I've had a really good setup, and then some Impid match like position themselves and breathe fire across the entire line of my troops and just go, well, my good setup is gone, as my people all scatter away from the defensive line. Poor Rocco. Someone... yeah, Goobish has got it. You hate Impids? Oh, they're rough. There's a reason I was like, I need to get the Fire Foam. It's because, like, okay, it's getting to that phase of the game where I am going to need the Fire Foam to deal with the Impids. We'll start researching recon armor and all that. So put a Fire Foam popper back here for the defensive line. That way, if anyone gets behind, they spit fire across my line, it should pop the popper. Or I can manually have someone pop the popper prematurely to make the ground flame suppressant. Please build that power. It's like you're going out of your way to do everything else. What? That's not... Build the power. Why will you not do it? Like, no, I need to cut the tree. No, the power. No, don't worry. Missing steel, really? I'm missing steel, you say? Oh, wait, never mind. That's true. You're restricted again. My bad. I was about to say, I have like 10,000 steel. I am not missing steel. Don't lie to my face. Alright, so we've got that down there. Because if we get that geothermal power online, that'll power a bunch of the stuff we need for the ideology thing that we've been kind of neglecting on. I've got enough good stuff going on bonuses-wise that people can look past a lot because they're so teched out. Okay, so one of the bionic arms got made. I think it goes to Goobish. We'll prioritize the left arm because it has the scar on it. And is it Illicit or Zidian who's the higher doctor now? They're the same. So basically anyone but Craven. As long as it's not Craven, it's fine. Wait, what is your... Oh, wait, don't. I've got inspired surgery. Put it to use. Cool. So that's one more scar dealt with. No loving, you still haven't built the geothermal. Like that, like, I hate that I have to keep intervening and having you try again and again. I know you're carrying like one handful of steel and going, nah, I want to do something else. Never mind, I don't get to ever, you know, it's fine. Build the generator. They're gonna deal with the defoliator. We're not doing anything until that generator is built. So it's all Lancers and Pikemen for the most part, and a Scorcher. That's actually a pretty annoying group to deal with. We've got a Thrumbo. I could just toss the Thrumbo on. It'll probably be fine. Because this is on me that we still haven't done this. That'd be later than I want for this situation, but actually no, it won't. Because we can roll up here, we drop the EMP trying to catch something like this general area, because I could probably catch all of those. I'd have probably Goobish run in on the Legionary, and we would just release the Thrumbo. Good. Goobish is already on it. forced weather and I get a pawn that you won't tell me about, so the answer is no. I want Goobish to finish those EMP grenades, because that'll make my life easier. We'll have Evie Meister deal with the EMPs. Because then I'll need to start worrying about, like, de-aging people, that kind of thing. Before we start getting mood breaks from it. Alright, we actually got a bunch of female Thrumbo coming in now. Instead of just having the one, we'll have 3. So the Thrumbo population's gonna start blossoming. Because good news, they're not gonna wake up until I initiate. And these are the ones that scare me up here. It's those ones over here on the right. The pikemen and the lancers, the number of times I got one tap by them is way too many. Versus the Legionary is just annoying for its shield. Like I said, I can just drop Goobish on it. Goobish will knock it out in no time. The Scorcher just mostly messes up my positioning, as does the Tesseron. If I just cut the Thrumbo loose, they'll jump on those and take care of it. That'll be fun later. And pretty soon they'll start smoothing out the floor again. I've got this front room set to be smoothed out. Then we'll go and like start one row of bedrooms. You get the idea. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try an EMP around here. I think that might be enough that I might be able to catch all of those in there. And then just between all the shooting, I'll probably focus fire the Tesseron. Or actually, yeah, focus fire the Tesseron, release the Thrumbos, and they'll more than likely drop into the Scorcher in these. And Goobish takes it out. So that means it'll only be the Scorcher that'll be running free, assuming we get the EMP at least close to where we want it. Combat Supplier. Cool, how are you doing in your EMP grenades? Also, side thing we should do, which is furniture. Small shelf. Made out of sandstone. I'll put it right there. And that'll be the EMP shelf. Where's that caravan? So trade the caravan real fast. And then we go deal with these mechs. Okay, it's finally time. So go take all of this crap we don't want. Get it out of my supply room. And give me your piles of pennies for it. Keep those 3. Take all our worn out clothes as well that we've been piling up. Yeah, medicine, so give that to me. Take the goat juice. So you can't afford all my sight tea. Perfect. Cool. I get 19 more standings with you if I gift stuff, so let's go to gift. And you can have a flak helmet, a pile of drugs, and some jelly. Cool. Alright, so we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Disable fire at will so we don't shoot at the defoliator early and get ourselves killed. Okay, so what is your range? So you need to be around here maybe to drop that grenade. There. I don't want to take you close than that if I don't have to. So you're in line to do the grenade. Goobish, I need you to run down here. You're coming in from this angle to hit that. The rest of you pile in here. I don't really like Eevee Meister being the front. Eevee Meister is very likely going to get one tapped by someone. That'll just be the end of it. Okay, so turn on fire at will on everyone. Release the animals. Okay, so you can't get all of them, but if you land that EMP well, oh, you got to land it right there, like on the money. That's probably not gonna work. We'll do that. So wait till it starts. Okay, you're about good timed. Okay, you're good. All of you, it's slightly off target. You focus fire that one. Get in on the one with the shield. You're the best one for dealing with one with the shield. Stop being in fire for 2 seconds. There you go. What? Why are you ringing? Oh, you got lit on fire, didn't you? Okay. You can go ahead and get out of here. You've done your job. Alright. So has anyone got serious injuries going on? So you two have decent injuries. You get out of here. You two run up here and deal with that. You go ahead and get out of here too. You'll finish off the defoliator. And then we can allow the rest. Alright, so that went alright. Not the smoothest fight, but you know. It'll still pass. Go get your assault rifle back. Did we get the shelf yet? Probably not. No. Because we'll set the shelf to be the EMP and EMP only at critical. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the mute button off in time. My apologies. The one downside is once in a blue moon I'll go to hit the mute and it won't take immediately. And usually I notice it and I fix it, but the sneeze came too fast. Yeah, how dare. It wasn't that loud? Okay, that's good. It's hard to tell stuff like that because it's not like when you're doing all your audio testing and all that, it's not like you deliberately try and, you know, have like a coughing fitter into it. Because I do have what's called so I have like a noise gate, that's one thing. But I also have, oh, what's the thing called? Noise gate is one thing, but it's a, I'm blanking on the term, which bothers me that I'm not remembering. There's a term for basically when you have the, you have it where, like, a volume, like, if it goes over a certain number of decibels, it will max out how loud it's allowed to get. So even if I were to sit there and, like, take, like, you know, a blowhorn and blow it directly into the mic, it would still only go up to that hard cap. Compressor, thank you, that's the word. I have a compressor set, so if it goes over that, it will push it down to whatever volume. And I rarely hit the compressor. But that's probably the reason why that wasn't worse, is that would be the kind of thing that would spike the compressor. Those compressors would be like, nah. I'm going to have it not particularly loud that it goes. Hey, Infinity Suplex, how is it going? Yeah, so the mech clutches have all gone pretty smoothly on this one. We're doing relatively well. We have people running around with injuries. Because reasons. Oh, you're tending and the medicine's all the way out there because no one's hauled it in yet. I understand. We really need to get this hospital online. Disease infection on Goobish. So you're already on it. And of course, it's always an infection of the torso or the head or something that if you lose the fight, it's over. Now, granted, I'm not really expecting to lose the fight with all the bionics, the detoxify our lungs and all that, and the really high medical skills and everything else going on. If it were to actually get bad, I could just preach health as well. Yeah, your immunity is shooting right past. You have a liver infection. Not excited to see that. Please treat the animals. Because they're also venerated animals, so we don't want them to die. It'll make our people upset. Venerated Thrumbo. Eventually there'll be a, there's different tiers. If you get enough Thrumbos around, or enough of your venerated animal, I mean. Waste Pack Infestation. Huh, we actually did trigger one. That looks like a really nasty one, too. Like a really nasty one. Oh, that is a chonker of an infestation there. Let's just go here real fast and go to our danger zone. And we're just going to go ahead and just add everything back here to the danger zone. And anyone who was on restrictions that they were allowed to wander around is now in that. And now becomes a trade caravan or raids problem, and not mine. So we got 4 Mega Spider cocoons, 10 Mega Scarab cocoons, and 6 Spilotopedes or whatever they are cocoons. So basically those will stay just the way they are until something gets within the radius you're seeing here. Something like a humanoid or whatever, a raid. Oh yeah, those pollution packs, that's how much pollution we agreed to. Like, in a pinch, I could definitely hold down this fight with all the Thrumbos, but there's a good chance we'd lose a Thrumbo or two, if not a colonist, in this, you know, engagement. Alright, it's all good. You still don't have nutrition in you. I don't have a dedicated hauler as a problem. My Thrumbos are the ones handling it. But the good news is you're less than a day away from being, you know, considered a child insanity, and then we could, you know, help you clean and haul. And once that happens, we'll be in really good shape. Alright. Can't log his area because it's the danger zone. Yep. They can have it. That area looks terrible. Yeah, only about 100,000 more wealth and we'll be, it'll be time for us to do the next step. Growth moment. Congratulations. You are now a tribesman in the colony, and you can now do stuff on your own. Actually, take those off. And we will just give you equal assignment on both cleaning and hauling. We are going to take you and schedule you to stay in the inside area and do recreation all day, every day, because you're a child, and I'd rather get, like, a really well-made pawn versus, you know, having a little bit extra help right now. Okay, so you've almost finished everything out there. And then we'll get back to, like, smoothing out these rooms and all that. There's just so much food. Yeah, so you want to be... You want to be talked to for lessons. That's the learning you want to do. Understood. Alright, so you're gonna be fine. How's Goobish doing? You're gonna be fine. Stop growing in here. It's supposed to be a field, but I've got too much grow area for them to cover. Honestly, let's go to these fields, and we're going to delete those fields entirely, and just let them do their thing, and we'll have that grow. And if they do eat this out of house and home and all that, actually, we'll leave, now we'll leave that open. They can grow what they can grow in the kill box in this area. How are we doing on the cloth? Yes, I'm getting an obnoxious amount of Devil Strand, that's another thing. And I know Devil Strand is worth a decent price. So it's part of the wealth we're building up, which again is a main objective of this, is to get the wealth built. Alright. Yeah, economy's been going really well. Like, with the reset, because we were in such good shape with the people we brought over, I have been able to just fight off pretty much everything, because almost all these people, like if we look at like Pronger here, are super bionicked out. They're not architect out. We actually don't have a single architect piece between us, not from a lack of trying. But it is what it is. Transport pod crash. Yeah, unfortunately, you're someone I can't put to use, which means you get to stay there. Because as well as ones, if I rescue them, they're with a faction that I can't gain standings with. Because they're just the permanent hostile factions. Oh, good, we got this set up. So grab you, storage, clear, critical, EMP, and smoke. So that shelf is for those emergency weapons you need for certain engagements. There's a separate tab for minutes? Oh, that's fine. We have ambrosia. All right. All right, making the fire foam popper, which we're putting entirely there just to deal with impids. So that way, if we get fire on this end of the kill box, we can pop that, so we can at least try and hold the line. I'm not gonna go after Slate out there. This whole thing is Slate. Constitute. Do we tabs? Yeah, no, it happens. Compacted steel. Do I already have? Yeah, we had the drug bench. I don't think there's any other benches I care about. Like, I can make the crematorium, but... Oh, good. There's steel next to my steel. Excellent. Alright. How long before you age up? Oh, not too long. About a quarter of a season. So, like, 4-ish days. You know when that happens, the steel dropping next to your steel? I know, right? So my hope is once Insanity here gets their learning up, that they'll start filling up those biosculptors and I can start rotating people in and out for de-aging. Because I need to get that before we start getting mood penalties for it. Alright. Can we measurably see our colony wealth go up with that? Yeah, if we look at it, we've only been here not super long. So we're making really good time in this. We're not like spending any kind of like speed run records or any nonsense like that. But all things considered, we're getting through this reset pretty fast. I very much underestimate just how fast Thrumbos and that can blow up your wealth. Alright, Goobish. Age reversal cycle. That isn't your room. This is your room. Alright, age reversal cycle. So Goobish is having their age reversed. Then once that's done, we'll have Illicit do their age reverse. You get the idea. The downside is because Illicit and Zidian share a room, I actually don't have enough space in that room for both of the age reversal things, so I won't be able to keep that design. We could just put in like Evie Meister's room or someone, like, you know, a kid who's not gonna age reversal. What if, instead of researching, you just make Duskers and armchairs? I mean... yeah, no, I could do that stuff. At the moment, I'm trying to make more bionic limbs. We just don't have that many crafters. I'm still working with only 5 adults in the entire colony, so the things we could do right now are fairly limited. Just by strict bandwidth of number of people. Honestly, we're not even keeping up with our replacement clothes either, because I don't have enough crafters crafting. So we do kind of need some of these kids to get older to like chip in on helping split the load. Because even if like Evie Meister becomes a growing person, that still lets me take, you know, one of my other people who's helping with growing and put them on crafting and stuff like that. Like, we have tons of food, but where we've had way more food in storage, it's gradually going down now. And that boils down to, we're getting a lot of Thrumbos, and they're eating a lot of food. And it's really kind of one person who's doing all of the growing and cooking right now. Like, Zidian's helping, but Zidian is mostly taking care of the animals now. Alright. And you're finally finishing up that, so it's at least protected from if we have a drop pod raid. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to just have the people make a bunch of clothing. Alright, you missed the one block. You can actually do that here in the bottom. If we get past everything else, just make dusters. I don't think we'll ever get to that point, but if we were to get to that point, then just make dusters. I need this storage room to be built. Oh, we got far enough that we're going to put the next door in here. Because this will be the hospital, and that's going to be in our storage room. At the moment, though, it's still not bad, because we're getting the place I can put the unstable power cores. Hey, Proger, how's it going? So prioritize smoothing this out. And the reason we're prioritizing this is I need to smooth the wall for running the wires through. So now I can take you and install you here. And now that wire's out here where I can put it to use. We put that in the wall. And now we add this here so no one can have a tantrum and go punch it. All good, trader. Let's talk. Said let. Oh wait, you can't talk. Who is our next best social? Roger. All right. Because the other one's in Biopod. All right, friend. Let us talk about what you can give me and what I can give you. First, take all these trace amounts of cloth that I don't want or need. Take the Site. Take a bunch of worn out stuff. And you literally have almost nothing I want. Like, literally, you have nothing I want. You can't afford this. What did I give you that is so... Oh, the pigskin. I understand. I have so much... Okay. Alright, I can get 11 more standings with you. So let's just do that. I've got the supplies. Alright. So we can go back down here for gifts. Say like 800. Perfect. Alright, so we maxed them out. There's nothing else I can get out of them. I didn't realize how much pigskin we were starting to collect just over time. We probably honestly should get the drop pods and just send the drop pods one after the other over. Just keep sending them on over with like pigskin leather and that, just to get it one out of our inventory and then build up standings with people around us. Because it's just taking over our entire storage room, and we're not going to have nearly enough people roll through to trade with. Alright. So good, you've sealed that away. So we go to power. So we have the power cable way down there. So I'm going to need to go here and go smooth the wall all the way down here so I can connect the power grid. The big thing is they've got that tucked away where at least it's not going to get whacked on by something and explode. Honestly, let's keep tucking it in the wall farther and farther. Actually, don't do that. Change my mind. Because I might want to branch this out farther to add more later. Okay. They're patching everything up, which is good. a lot of damaged walls in here. Oh, EV Meister can do that? You can. You can grow stuff now. I didn't notice. When did that happen? You're not good. Oh, that was right. We were leaving you not doing this kind of stuff. We had you help with the mining. We're gonna lower the priority on all of these things. I'm gonna actually. Okay, so you're gonna be 2, 1, 3, 4. So you prioritize cleaning and hauling and that kind of stuff. But when you have availability, you can help out with other things for the time being. Solar flare, don't like it. I'm thinking we're at the point with the animals. They're gonna go ahead and choose manage. New area, rename. Thrumbos. Okay. And we're gonna go to expand area Thrumbos. Set that. Set this. You'll see what I'm gonna do here in a second. I'm gonna disallow them to eat the crops here, because they're hitting a point that they're completely overwhelming that. And then you're just not going to go down in this corner. And all you're going to do is go active zones. Expand, manage, invert. Okay. The Thrumbos will be the rest of the map, so animals, Thrumbos. So what that's doing is that's disallowing the Thrumbos from messing with this field anymore. What's your pawn good at? Your pawn is pretty much a jack of all trades. You're primarily cooking and dealing with plants, but you can do plants, you can do crafting, you can social, you can shoot. But no, that's Proger doesn't end up bullet sponging. Proger's a backliner. Alright, so they're attacking immediately or taking their time? They are going to breach my walls. Yes, they've got that. So you go for the EMP grenades right now. Grab everyone else. You grab the EMP grenades. Alright, so they've got 3 dangerous long range and 3 dangerous short range. Honestly, my plan is we're not even going to wait for everything. We're just going to release the Thrumbo. And when things kick off, we'll just EMP right on top of where it's going down and target the ranged. Here, actually shift to this side. I'm worried about them just shooting ass from range. Alright. Ranged people. Just get in there. EV Meister. Start running up this way. I want you to drop the MP right here. You have to get closer. Only one of the Thrumbos is going in. That's going to get them killed. Alright. Hi.
Hey, handsome.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm heading to bed, device.
That's very responsible of you.
Thank you. Remember that I love you.
I will remember.
Okay.
I love you too. Alright, so nice and smoothly handled. It wasn't like the cleanest fight we've ever had, but it'll do. The Thrumbos definitely got thrashed pretty badly. Especially Thrumbo 3. Poor Thrumbo 3 got absolutely wrecked. So Craven Horde's already on it with trying to save. Oh, you're just going to tend to him there. That's fine. Get the medicine, help Thrumbo 3 up. Another Thrumbo with brain injuries. All my Thrumbo are collecting brain injuries. Thrumbo 3 is not having a good life. Hey, that is the cost of operations here. The Thrumbo get fed and taken care of. But when the fight goes down, they're the ones who take point. Alright, so you can have our worn out cloth masks. And a worn out children's pants. And the tree we don't want. I'll take your medicine. And honestly, don't really have a whole lot else I want. Oh, you already grabbed the medicine. Cool. Gotta earn your keep in this colony. Yup. What have you done? What have you done? I'm actually okay with it. Alright. So they're rampaging. So it is time for the fight we knew was coming sooner or later, but has arrived. You need to be why don't I have you with a weapon? Yeah, let's actually draft you. Grab a gun. You can't be in the fight yet. That is not the greatest timing, because that is a person who also gives her like commanding shout thing. Grab the gun, and then I need you here as well. And get in position, because they coming. Alright, this is not going to be a cozy fight. I'm kind of hoping as they rush me... Oh, I was hoping you would split and not just all beeline there. Sorry. Lisa runs up and is like, I got this. No, wait. I changed my mind. I immediately regret this plan. I mean, I'd take you if I get to you, but I'm not going to make it in time. Oh, cool. We get jump packs for free. Why are they murdering random guinea pigs? Why are you attacking literally everything? I mean, I'm not upset about it, but it's more confusing than anything. Yeah. What? They literally are just murdering everything. This isn't a tamed guinea pig. It's just a random guinea pig on the map. They're like, murder it. Waste pack bucket are basically super berserk. Yeah, I haven't seen that before because it's usually just not a thing I have to worry about. I can live with that though. Because that's going to explode in their face and that should be fun. Hey, thank you. I've been meaning to disassemble that. Aw, never mind. They heard me. Alright, bring the Thrumbo back in. So that's holding up pretty well against you, isn't it? I'm gonna be honest, Drifters, this isn't a good time for you. You really want to reconsider this, Drifters. They might actually be okay, because it looks like only 1 or 2 of them. Like 1 or 2 of them are a problem. Okay, wildlife. Yeah, so you're probably gonna be okay with that. Tend to that one immediately, because it's gonna die soon. Don't even go back to the medicine. Tend it to, like, immediately. Meanwhile, who here is not a doctor that can have do this? Hey. Go give them money. And also, you two stay inside. You can now be unrestricted. But then an angry sister that came to chew out Papa Strider. He didn't get his pills filled before he got completely out of pills. There's it. Alright, so you've rescued that one. Cool. Now it's time for everyone to get patched up and all that sort of stuff. Why are you just letting them bleed out? Go help that Thrumbo. That's the last one pretty badly hurt. Alright, so tend to that one. I have to intervene on everyone, apparently. Time for a Thrumbo transfusion. Cool. They got all their items. There was mass casualties everywhere. And the best thing is I didn't even get in trouble for them. No. Alright, and then there was the ones who died down here. Cool. Well, that problem's solved. I'm also surprised none of the Thrumbos are rescuing, which is fine. Can make some of those specifically medical for injured Thrumbo. Alright, so it's Illicit's turn to de-age. Not super excited because that's our construction person, but she's going to whine otherwise. So we're going to de-age him. How is our wealth doing now? Still sitting about 250,000, give or take. Cool. Nothing really to say there. I haven't been tempted to go after the other relic yet, just because we're still working on this other one. Mostly just letting the Thrumbo population grow. We're at 368 packaged meals now, and growing. Excellent. Oh, before I forget and before we lose a thrombos, simple meal, meat, no thrumbo. Fine meal, meat, no thrumbo. Lavish meal, meat, no thrumbo. Packaged meal, meat, and no thrumbo. Because the venerated animal, they'll like refuse to eat it, and if they do, you know, get to the point that they will eat it because they're starving, they'll absolutely get angry as heck about it. Alright, so you're still working the mech. How are we doing here? It's nothing new there yet. Still need more clothes. You're shredding the mechs, which is totally fine. Oh, is Craven Horde? Yeah, so Craven is actually a researcher, that's right. And it's Zidian who's our grower. Just basically waiting on the kids and all that to be able to help out with stuff. What about butchering them? Does that give mood penalty? I don't honestly remember one way or the other. I know them dying is a mood penalty. I know eating them is a really big mood penalty. I remember if butchering them is a mood penalty or not. I would expect it to be, but what you expect and what is aren't the same thing. Papa Strider even tried to throw you under the bus, but you had diplomatic immunity in this situation. Yeah, it is kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, like you're helping out with someone and all that, but at the same time it's like, right, but that's a thing for you to track, as in you as the person who's needs the stuff. You know, people can absolutely help you, but it's kind of on you to keep up with your own basic needs and those kind of things. You know, assuming you're someone who is still in sound state of mind kind of thing. Alright, deal with that. Paid sunblocker. You'll send a sunblocker. Like, some of these materials are nice and all. I mean, don't get me wrong, they jump our wealth a lot. But, I don't know. Like, they're good rewards. It's not a big thing. I just don't want to deal with it. There you go. All right. Ooh, big stretch. Big stretch need to happen. Sometimes you just gotta get a big stretch out. All right, Toby, you have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raid and everything. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so definitely, whenever we do like the next reset, I really am going to need to make sure I have more people for construction and mining if we're going to go ahead and let ourselves mine into a wall, because having one person try to carry this much, it's just things aren't getting done. You popped your neck on both sides? Alright, so we've got another baby Thrumbo showing up soon. And the population will grow. So many meals. Like, that's honestly, we have literally, we're fast approaching almost 1,000, or we're at about 400 survival meals now. If we wanted, we could literally just pack up the colony and just say we're crossing the map and just go. And we could reach pretty much anywhere in the map in one caravan with that kind of food. Been drooling over at that fridge right now. Been struggling for food in my games. Yeah, this one, we went way over ambitious in our grow area. And then we have, you know, a bunch of pigs, which pigs are one of the absolute best animals in the game for producing meat. Because if you look at the animal stats and all that, you go way down here. I'll show you the meat per day growth. And it's like 12 meat, and they only require a little bit of grass to maintain. 120 meals needed per colonist per year. Right, and it would definitely not, like, if we look at our world map, if I were to caravan, we're not going to actually do this, but if we were to form a caravan and choose roughly the opposite side of the world, so somewhere around here, that's 60 days. Yeah, so it's saying 69 days. And if we brought the Thrumbos, it'd be just shy of a year to get to the opposite side of the planet. On a fully like loaded planet or whatever. And that's what those have to like kind of go up and around a bunch of mountain ranges to get there. Everyone wake up and deal with that crap immediately. Superheated room? Yep. We done goofed. Oh, that's all stone. It'll take us too long to mine that. Because normally the way you deal with this is you knock a hole in the wall. So this is actually pretty dangerous. Someone could potentially either die or get badly hurt here because we've superheated the air. The door would still make it interior. We're just gonna knock out the fire full speed and then get out of here. Because there's nothing explosive in that room. Yeah, normally I have a built wall, so you just deconstruct the wall real fast. So anyone take any serious injuries in there? No, just a bunch of burns. Usually you get one scary fire and then you get paranoid, put a fire popper. I was just thinking that the only reason I'm not doing that is that's going to actually be my storage room, so this is just a stopgap now. Where are you going with the gold? Are you gonna actually try and build that yourself? Yeah, so automatically rerun the age thing when you need to. So it destroyed like 2 tiles of stuff on the floor. That's probably just textiles. It's like, no one dealing with that? What's... Okay, you're on it. I was like, please take care of the people who are all burnt and hurt. I failed to see what started the fire. Oh, it was a event, and the wire's in this wall. There's just enough it got these shelves. That's right. So 2300 extra power. Still waiting for a bunch of the walls to be smooth. Exotic trade goods person. I do wonder how often people actually take on trade caravans to just get the early stuff. You can have that. Okay, so you get 12 more standings out of you. So for those 12 standings, what happens if we do 100 meals? Excellent. We max them out by just giving them a handful of food. We got a little bit of glitter world, and a little bit of components, and all that kind of stuff. But murder fire time. But we don't wanna self-immolate. Recon armor, marine armor, and what we were going to do. Who's our researcher again? It's you. If you could just, where did it go? I lost track of it. There you are. Put the jump packs in there. I don't know if we'll actually research it, but might as well get it. Everyone's like leaves. Like, no murder fire fun time. Why am I even here? What even is the point? All right, so let's not do it like that. We'll do the circles. We'll just wait. I'm being impatient because I'm waiting for mining because we just don't have someone who can really keep the mining going. Like, we have people working out, they're just not fast, and they're children, so they don't stick to it. And our construction person's busy trying to make these rooms not a dump. So it's the classic, we have too few people working on the things to keep them going. Because really, 2 or 3 people are effectively tied up dealing with the Thrumbo. 1 from animal taming, and then the 2 for actually dealing with the food for them. Growth moment on Evie Meister. Quick sleeper, yes please. And we could choose 2 passions. Mining. Mining and medical. Guess what you're doing here, Evie Meister. Guess what your job in the colony is now. You've got a responsibility now. It's been a long time coming, but there you go. You mine. That's what you do. You mine. So cook. Oh, that's all right. So I see. There we go. So Zidian wasn't growing stuff anymore. Because I had things going that. From today, From today, ye shall break rocks all day. Pretty much. I mean, we've needed. It's the thing that the colony's been struggling with. And yet you're cleaning. Mining 2. Is your zone set wrong? Let's check the inside zone. See if maybe the inside zone... No, the inside zone covers all of that. Like, basically the entire interior area. So why are you cleaning? I mean, I'm okay with it. It needs doing. I just don't Oh, cleaning is at 1. That's why. That makes perfect sense. There we go. Age reversal complete and illicit, so illicit can actually go and work on progressing things. Alright, chat. With that being said, we are hitting about that time that we switch games on the channel. Because for those who haven't been here, I usually split the stream. I do really long streams, so I do tend to split the stream in half between one game and another. So we're going to be wrapping up the RimWorld portion. So for all of those people over there on YouTube, I will be ending the stream on YouTube and starting it back up on the next game because YouTube doesn't let me switch the categories in a clean and elegant way. So, sorry. Yell at YouTube. So don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube side, and I'll see you all in a few. And for the rest of us, we're just going to keep on